All right, so we are live. We had a little bit of a delay, but we're up, and who cares? Most everybody's watching the Super Bowl anyway. But we're here anyway. So this is episode 4 of our Edge of the Empire campaign, and we are bound for the infamous Doluuna's Lot. So just a quick recap of last time. Everybody split up in a Scooby-Doo style in the Black Spire Outpost of Batuu, but eventually got around to talking to Doc Ondar in his den of antiquities, and after kind of informally verifying your bona fides, you made a deal for a line on some ancient star chart data. Turns out that data is not easy to come by, but he knew that there was a source of it that could be had in a quote-unquote, pristine condition in a junkyard owned by Doluuna the Hutt. The problem being that Doluuna is very, very unfriendly and dishonest, and it doesn't take kindly to people asking to share anything that he could just have all to himself. So he's difficult to deal with, and they have already sent 2 people to try to retrieve that data, and they have failed and are presumed dead. So you all made a deal with him for some expenses, which we covered between sessions, and that list, which comes out to about 10,000 credits, which is a pretty sum, but that will be sort of their end of this deal. Your end of the deal will be doing the dangerous work. So you can say that all of that stuff is approved, and you will be able to depart on the 11-day journey to get to Doluuna's Lot, which is in the Dantian Prime system, anytime you so choose. But we haven't exactly left yet, so if there's anything you want in Batuu before we leave, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Snacks.
Snacks. You get huge numbers of snacks. Just a massive pallet arrives at the ship of various assorted snacks.
But everything that was in my email is cool. We got all that stuff. So basically, it amounts to the kind of things you would want potentially if you're breaking into an old derelict ship. You've got
well, can Sorbo rig up that electrical shield on the outside?
That is an excellent thought. So one of the things that came up in discussions with Andro, your patron of the moment, is that he and Lodicom had a run-in with Doluuna before, and Doluuna had used disassembler droids, launched a swarm of them at the vessel, which they had to throw off by plunging into the atmosphere of the nearby planet and basically melting them off the hull. Not necessarily an option in your case, so yeah, you want some other kind of defense, and Tom suggested, hey, what about electrifying the hull? Would that be a defense? That indeed would be a defense, and that is not something that's sort of normally part of the Lost Legacies kit. So Sorbo, it's not that difficult to rig. It just requires some time. You have plenty of time. I'm going to say it's going to be 2 difficulty to do that. So if you want to make an attempt, Lodicom can assist you, so that'll give you an extra blue die. So add a blue boost die to your roll.
Okay.
And
I just want to take a quick look at all of my specializations and see if anything fits for boosting or changing this.
Okay.
So just give me a moment because I didn't have to carry.
Sure, no problem. While you're doing that, we don't have to sort out and assign all the equipment that was selected right off the bat. But if there is something that you want, I would just go, just kind of peruse the list that I've provided. We have that on Discord, and it basically includes a couple of plasma cutters, spacesuits for everybody, a repulsor lift clamp, which is basically just kind of it's like a framework that you fit over an object so you can lift it up and move it. Slicing equipment for I'm assuming Bobkin is going to be carrying that because he's the only one who's
that's what I was thinking.
Okay, so we'll just assume that you're carrying that. And also I think Bobkin, you had a specific request for a heavy blaster pistol, so you can.
Yeah.
And I did not put that on your character sheet, but I think that we can handle that just in game. It basically does 7 damage instead of 6 damage.
It just makes sense to have it.
Yeah.
So far, he's just been hitting things with sticks.
With a stick, right?
Which has worked really well, but gotta have something else.
Okay. So anything else that anybody wants to call dibs on specifically? Anything that wasn't on the list that you forgot about that you want to add to the list now?
No, they did toolkit.
No, I think Zag's good.
Okay. I think we're all in reasonably good shape.
I think so.
Okay, Ben, are you ready to make that roll?
I am. I noticed that there's one thing on the character sheet in RPG sessions that is not up to date, but it's not from last week. It's from multiple weeks ago, but that's not important.
Okay.
Nothing appears to matter too much in terms of this. I can get rid of black dice, but that's
but in this case, you're in port. You have tools. You don't have any black dice.
So you're saying 2 difficulty?
2 difficulty, and you get 1 boost die. So this should be possible.
Okay, and then do I get a second boost die from the astromech droids or the what are they? The little tiny droids that we have.
The pit droids. Yeah, that's fair. So give yourself another boost die from that.
Yeah, if I can use them, they give a boost die. So, all right, let's see if I mess this one up.
Don't mess it up.
I don't mess it up. I did way better than I did with the. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think I've managed it. 3 successes, 3 advantage.
Indeed. Very good. All right. So there you go. So 3 successes. That's good. So we're just going to translate that into. You have a working electrification system for the hull, and we're going to say that those 3 advantages mean that you were able to rig it up such that it's not something that you can manually trigger it, but also it can be triggered basically with a certain threshold of change of items on contact to the hull, basically. Okay. So there's a little bit of a motion sensor setup that's associated with it. So it's not necessarily something someone has to actively activate in combat. If they get to a certain level, it just switches on.
Awesome.
And the effect of that will effectively stun and disorient the disassembler droids, which should allow you guys to potentially get away from them. If it comes to that, hopefully it doesn't come to that, because that means something has gone horribly wrong. The other thing that we should mention is that your little dropship, which you have been working on this whole time, the Grasshopper, you still can't quite get it running. You've been trying. In fact, you can get it running per se, but you cannot get the hyperdrive to work. And so this was something again that we rolled for in between sessions. And so what it means is that the Grasshopper is available for this mission, but it doesn't have an active hyperdrive. You had to disconnect it in order to stop the power problems and the overloads. And so if you use it, that's fine, but just remember that the Grasshopper cannot escape on its own.
Yeah, it doesn't leave on its own.
Right, exactly. So it will be stuck if you guys get stuck.
Sure.
So just keep that in mind. Hopefully, again, it will not come to that. So that is that. And is there anything else that you wanted to do before you left Batu? Or should we proceed?
What's the travel time like to where we're going?
I'm so glad you asked.
Roughly.
So there you go. It is a fairly long trip. So
good.
Yeah, okay. So it's like 11 days. So you got some time. You got plenty of time to practice on what you wanted to practice on in case you were,
Cool.
sort of.
That was my only question, was if it was something we needed to do before we left. But if I've got personal time on the trip, that's fine.
You needed to do the electrification netting before you left because
that's in dock. Yeah,
it's in dock. You have to do it on the outside of the ship.
What's the hammerhead's name?
Doc Ondar.
Doc Ondar. Is he willing to loan any books? Because Bobkin would like to build up build up the lore skill on anything related to Jedi. If he's got any kind of books or files, listen to me, books that he's willing to loan to read on those 11 days. Yeah.
If you weren't going where you were going, he would consider it. But considering
he would,
it's
okay. It's possibly in the future.
In the future, he would consider
possibly.
it.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah.
When he's not like 50% certain, he's just going to be handing them to a
No.
hut.
No. Yeah. No, I'm with you. That makes a lot of sense. I'm just trying to build up the character, and we said we got 11 days, so it's like, all right, we'll just bone up on the skills we already got. Then
we'll get there.
I like the mental image of Bob like reaching for the books, like, can I borrow some? Maybe.
No.
We'll talk when you get back.
When you. Yeah.
When? Sorry, when, not if. When.
He hands you a pamphlet that says, "So you've got metaphors."
Yes.
Sorry, again with I didn't do. Can we slide a pair of electro binoculars in on that list? Is that a possibility?
Yeah.
Can I get some enhanced image going on here?
Yeah, I've already put on some kind of visor. Not exactly what you said, but yeah.
Yeah, what you asked for, what Bobkin asked for was snooper goggles, which you do have a couple of. But yes, electro binoculars. We'll throw it on the list. That's fine. They run, I believe,
cool.
about.
Those are different than the tracker goggles.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I have to step away for a second.
No problem. So we'll just add that to the list. They don't run that much. I believe it's something like 400 or 600 credits, something like that. But
they are 250.
250. Okay, less than I thought. Then no problem.
Yeah, and they're 1 encumbrance and 1 rarity. So
okay,
I don't have a huge amount of encumbrance because I'm little.
Because you're little.
I can handle 1.
So have that on there. Keep in mind also that encumbrance, you can add to your encumbrance by adding things like backpacks and harnesses and things like that. So that's something, again, we don't have to do right now because we didn't really divvy up the equipment. But in the future, if you decide what you want to be your, I always carry this equipment, you should look into potentially some harnesses, pouches, etc. that are available on the equipment list, and then add those to your character sheet because they basically negate a certain amount of encumbrance or increase your encumbrance.
Yeah.
So good note for the future. So there's the trip. That's what you that's what you got from Doc Ondar. So he and Theron Jaxaris wish you luck. Zag is not here at the table at the moment, but Duranowen stops by to wish Zag good luck before you leave, and the Lost Legacy takes off from the planet and heads on its way on the course to Danchian Prime. So you guys have 11 days. You take that time, most of that time is spent, again, for Sorbo working on the Grasshopper, trying to work out this persistent, annoying power problem, which, of course, we will not be able to do, but it is something that,
Yeah, it takes a little bit of time.
It takes a little bit of time, takes a little bit of effort.
I'll get there eventually.
It is definitely built into the history of this vessel that it is finicky. It's a custom job. It's a finicky vessel. So that's understood. So you continue your journey and I also know that from previous conversations that again Nick had to step away, but Bobkin is going to be basically instructing Zag on the basics of what he knows to the extent that he knows it. So I guess we'll wait for him to get back. Is there anything Tom or Elena that you want to do in terms of your downtime during this journey?
Sorry. I don't think so. I think she'll just kind of like pop around as she usually does. She may help Sorbo out until he gets annoyed with, did that work? Nope, still won't turn on. Did that work? Nope, still won't turn on. Did that work? Nope, still won't. I'll see myself out. Okay. Have fun.
You're doing the equivalent of sitting behind the wheel. It's like, okay, push.
Yeah.
All right, turn the key.
I'm
Nothing's-
turning it.
Nothing's happening. Are you turning the key? Is it in
I'm
here?
turning the key. Oh, that key. No, I wasn't turning that key.
Just pump the gas once. Anyway.
Other than that, I mean, she'll do her usual. I don't remember how much trying to get Andro's side of the story she had a chance to do after getting Lodic's like their love story. So she might I think she was poking him about it last time they were flying together, and it was like, tell me about this part again.
Yes.
And then, okay, so like when you first saw him, like how much did you know?
We did talk about it a little bit. He didn't at the time have much extra to offer. I mean, his story certainly doesn't diverge from Lodicom's in any significant way. It is told from his perspective. It's like, well, I wasn't really that angry. Like that kind of those kind of differences. But he definitely will confirm everything that he told you about his sort of childhood fascination with Lance Kron, and the history of his family, the fact that his family has a number of different factions. He will tell you one interesting thing in terms of the arcane Baroque oddities of matters of succession in the Cronies' mandate, and that is one thing he makes clear to you is that it's not patrilinear, it's not matrilinear strictly. There is a royal family, there are different branches of that royal family, and then the nobility as a conclave decides what branch, what person, like they're going to be the next king or queen. That's how they do it. So,
Gotcha.
So there is basically every generation there is this rush of politics where the nobility they can't choose amongst themselves except in very special circumstances, i.e. if the whole royal family's dead. But yeah,
it always bothered me with Naboo.
Yes.
And they said she was the elected queen.
They have very strange systems of governance.
But that, yeah, right. Yeah.
So this is in some way similar. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm breaking in here. That's what I'm saying.
At least it's not women in legs handing out swords.
Exactly.
And the Trade Federation may have had a reason for starting with the boot.
They may have been justified. Yes, we now. We don't know the specific. We don't know the background of this. Slow down.
So,
we don't know anything about it.
Beyond that, it's not just Andrew that's gonna get Lena's usual, like, I want to know everything about people. Sorbo escapes her tell me about your childhood questions because she already knows a lot about Sorbo. But at some point she will actually engage with the other. If Zag gets way too into his like Jedi like trinket thing and just wants to talk about his like cool thing he found, she might be like, and I'm gonna go talk to this person. You do you, buddy. But if other characters do give up pieces about their, where they're from, and so she likes to know about people's lives. So
which is totally cool. And comments about might as well come out, right?
Yeah.
When I was at the the temple, blah blah blah, and when I was there, yada yada yada. That's fine because we're friends.
So there you go.
Got to get away from the paranoia at some
Yes.
point.
So that's a good point. So you basically so Bob can sort of reveals to everybody, hey, yes, I was a Padawan.
Yeah, I was at the temple, and and bad stuff happened, and right.
Okay. Right. So everybody knows that now, which is good because otherwise he and Zag practicing with broomsticks in the cargo bay going would seem really weird.
Well, eventually you're gonna have somebody sell me out, so I thought I'd make it easy on you.
Nice. That's nice.
There's only so much Zag.
The other way to look at it.
See, I'm paranoid myself, so
yes. Yeah.
Also on this trip, Zag is not nearly as talkative about the trinket this time.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So not as interested in the trinket. You missed Nick the departure, but I will say that Dranawan did come to see you off and wish you
Oh.
luck. So
Thank you.
Oh, that is something that Lena would pick up on.
okay.
Yeah, that is actually probably the first thing that she's going to be like.
I think it's fair to mention that Zag was not around for part of the time that you guys were there in port.
Where did you go?
I went to meet a business contact.
The kind of business contact that comes to say goodbye before you leave.
Uh-oh.
You can't see it because he's furry, but he's blushing a bit, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and he'll just turn and like go into the ship if that's when it happened, or if, like go somewhere else. It's like,
Yes.
That's okay.
think I
She has
left my
little legs,
clothes
but
in the
she can
oven.
keep up.
Oh yeah.
gonna
You're
see if
stuck on a
Sorbo-
ship.
I'm gonna see if Sorbo needs some help.
Yes, yes.
No, Sarmo told me to get out.
now, I mean, eventually on this trip, he will tell you about her and what a fool he made of himself, and she ended up being really nice.
I mean, Lena's a sucker for a good rom-com meet cute, so
So
yeah,
she'll want to hear more.
She'll ask questions, and then she'll want to know if you have a girlfriend back home and if this is going to be an issue or
No, and nor am I betrothed to anyone that I'm aware of. But if I am, then I'm not aware of it. So
The wrong despair roll at the wrong time.
sorry, betrothed.
Da,
I
da,
mean,
da.
would you
Yes.
like?
Fiance just bamfs in like Nightcrawler.
Is that a thing? Like you would go home and they'd just be like, "Hey, by the by, you're marrying this person."
Is that a Bothan thing? I don't think so. I'm not like royalty or like higher class.
I don't
but-
think for your family that's a thing. I think it's possible that certainly that I could easily see that for some clans and some parts of society or some cultures within because it's not a monoculture. There's other cultures. There could be some elements where it's a business transaction where it's just basically.
And if it is,
Yeah.
don't go home.
Don't go,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, nobody offered enough livestock, so
Yeah. You're not in you don't travel in those circles.
Since they have that whole spy culture thing, maybe it is arranged marriages and just like affairs are super common.
They just don't
It's
know
like
it.
it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like
A lot
the
of,
revolutionary France or everything.
No,
where
it's the
everyone
whole
has a
spy
mistress.
culture. Everyone has an arranged marriage if you can find the records. If you can't, well, I guess you don't get to marry that person.
Are we married?
Which-
Prove it.
Which makes dating really weird. It's just like, are you married? Am I?
You're not cleared for that.
Yes. I'm sorry, you're only level 6.
Security clearance.
Yes, security clearance black.
We're a bunch of nerds. This is great.
Yes, we absolutely are. We absolutely are. So that's the trip. Basically, you guys have a fine old time. Kind of you play a little bit of Andro wants to know if anybody plays Sabak, and so you play a little bit of Sabak on the way. Just for not for real money, just for for washers and nuts and bolts.
Snacks.
Yeah, for snacks. For snacks. Just play for snacks.
Dishwashing duty.
Yes,
That's good
dishwashing.
because I
duty.
am terrible at it.
Yes. So we're just getting to know the game. But he seems reasonably competent at Sabak, at least from what you all can tell. I don't know if I think it's possible that some of you I don't know. I would think that Tom, you've seen Sabak played, but I guess it just wasn't a thing that you ever did.
Yeah, no. I Tom is totally familiar with Sabak,
Mhm.
but confounded by the idea that people have taken arithmetic and made it into a leisure activity.
Fair
Makes
enough.
no sense.
Fair enough. This isn't fun.
Yeah.
This is fun.
This is what kindergartners do.
This is
They
homework.
add cards together and make.
Yes. So there you go. So there's Tom's opinion. I don't know. Does anybody else play Sabacc, or is anybody else taking that up as a leisure activity?
I don't even know what it is.
It's a card
You
game.
tell me.
It's a
Cards.
card game.
Well, have I? I don't recall having any.
I mean, it's possible. It's a matter of personal preference. You know,
I don't want to
It's
spend.
kind of like blackjack, except you have a hand
Oh,
of cards.
okay. I don't want to
you
spend
start- you
any
don't-
character points on it. But
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
for
you tell
sure,
me,
for sure.
You know.
I'm mainly asking to see if it's something that you would enjoy doing as a leisure
Sure,
activity.
sure. I just
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't personally like cards. My father loved cards, so
Yeah.
yeah, I can see that. Yeah, cards.
Yeah. I actually to talk about nerding out, I actually own a Sabacc card deck.
Okay.
Yeah. It seems like a pretty good game. Haven't convinced anyone to play it with me yet. In any
I'll
event,
definitely try it.
yeah. So, in other times, in non-pandemic times, perhaps we'll try it.
Yeah.
So moving right along,
Sorry, problem.
you reach the Dantian Prime system, and it. Well, actually, wait. There's one more thing I wanted to cover, actually, but I'm sorry.
Oh, if this is during transit transit time, there's
Yeah.
a couple of other things that Sorbo wants to do, which are basically the stuff he asked for has to be installed. He would like to do that. So
Okay.
he's going to work on his gun a little bit as well, but that's
Okay, yes.
not narrative.
All right. So yes. So work on your gun. Do you want to make those modification rolls? Just so we have.
Yes,
them out
I
of the way?
do. So
Please-
I can
please
do that while we are doing other things.
Okay.
Like, that's just a thing in the background.
So
Yeah.
doing other things, it turned out we were able to find or Doc Ondar was able to find a schematic of the ship in question, the Derelict vessel, which is a Defender class light corvette from the days of the Old Republic. This is a ship that is thousands of years old, but he was able to dig up some old schematics of it. It had actually a number of different configurations, but the one that was most commonly used by the Jedi, he believes, should conform to, if not exactly to this, then at least reasonably close to this. So this may not be
Okay.
a one-to-one to the vessel, but it should give you a general idea for what it looks like. Now, again, just to recap, Doluuna's lot occupies the gravitational equilibrium between between the star and a number of large brown dwarfs. So it's a fairly large area of space where essentially you have a bunch of zones of this large orbital junkyard just orbiting around that central spot, including supposedly a station, a space station, where Doluuna makes his home. The area is again fairly large, so just going through and sort of hunting for this thing, well, number one, you would almost certainly have to avoid surveillance by Doluuna, and also you'd be looking for the proverbial needle in a haystack. But the vessel does lie, they believe, somewhere in one of these zones where he is supposedly eventually going to get around to fixing it up and selling it to a wealthy collector. So that's the background. Now, in between sessions, Tom suggested a potential plan, and we had talked about it a little bit before we went live. But Tom, I'd like you to recap that, the general idea of that plan and what you want to do to get around Doluuna's famous paranoia and hostility.
Well, we know this Hutt is paranoid and he holds a grudge. I mean, that's what we know about him. Basically, that appears to be most of his personality. So we can't just show up and offer to buy this core. As soon as we do, he's going to jack up the price or refuse to sell just out of, sheer pigheadedness. So what we need an ulterior motive for showing up. Also, Ondar said that the Hutt is going to be holding the grudge. They've had bad interactions in the past. The Hutt is stolen from him, and he's familiar with this ship. So my suggestion is we take advantage of that. We show up and tell the Hutt that we're the bounty hunters who took down Ondar. His bounty was broadcast pretty far and wide, so there's better than even chance that the Hutt knew that there was a bounty out there on him. We took down Ondar. We took over his ship, and on board we found Ondar's plans to get revenge on the Hutt by robbing him. We were originally going to pull off that plan ourselves. We were going to rob him, but we decided we didn't have the people to pull it off. And so instead, we're going to make our money by offering him a chance to buy the plans from us, or we go sell them on the open market. The idea here is to draw out the negotiations. We want to piss him off a little bit, but also make him insecure. We want to buy as much time as possible so we can start scanning the shipyard, find the ship we're looking for. When we start negotiating over price, we say that maybe we can swap this ship for another ship. We choose a ship that's near the one we want to pull the core from. We do an inspection on it. During the inspection, during which we will be under surveillance by the Hutt, of course. We have a couple people slip away over to the other ship, pull the core, and then we pull out.
I think that's really smart.
Okay.
Now we're going to be burning this bridge, so we're probably not going to be able to come back to this Hutt afterwards.
Is
Wow.
this someone we want as a long-term trading partner?
No, burning a
Yeah.
bridge. What? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I still want to burn the bridge with our hammerhead.
Yeah.
Our employer. This
Yes.
guy. Who cares? That's a great idea. Yeah.
The
Your
only other
second
thing to keep in mind is Ondar's story. He said that when the Hutt was stealing his scrap value ships, as soon as he objected, the Hutt tried to kill him with disassembler bots. So this guy's likely to react poorly. We're going to need to. That's why we need to keep him nervous.
All right. Well, I'm up for anything. Keeping him nervous, going over to the ship. You just whatever works for the plan.
Is
I'm willing to
someone
do.
else gonna do the intimidating? Because
Well, yeah, that's not you, and that's not
Right.
me.
Yeah.
That's probably
Social is
that's
not a
probably
thing.
Sorbo, but
Well,
well,
if you would like,
intimidating.
no, Sorbo doesn't lie. Look at that face. Does it?
yeah. The
Nothing.
issue is that I
Nothing.
can certainly
Not a
look
lying face.
imposing until
Yeah.
the moment you ask me to open my mouth.
Yeah. But being sneaky and stealing stuff, yeah, man. But whatever the group thinks, whatever role you think Bobkin should play, he'll play. But
Well, who does
Bobkin's
the lying?
Bobkin's really interested in getting on that ship and seeing what else might be there.
Okay, that sounds like a volunteer for the sneaking. Do we
Oh
have
yeah, no, totally volunteering for the sneaking. But if the group says no, man, we need you here, then no, Bobkin will
I'm
do
looking
that.
at
Well-
Tom, hoping he's wanting to do the lying.
Yeah, I think I think there's two stages to this. We I'll open things up. I was actually thinking of having Zag next to me. Simply I can we can bank on your species reputation.
Okay.
You don't have to say anything. You just have to stand there and look like you know more than you're saying.
Stand there and be a boffin. Yeah.
Andrew and Lodicon would like to know where they are on all of this.
Hiding in the closet.
No,
Oh,
it's got to
yeah,
be.
he's
It's got to be
next.
something. I was wondering to myself because it's their darn ship.
I mean, they could help during the stealth run. If we get discovered during that part, doesn't really matter if
Yeah.
he knows that Lodicom and Andro are still alive or not.
So
Well, so Andro also is a pretty capable pilot.
Yeah.
It's kind of good to have two people that can shoot the guns from a ship and pilot the ship, because I can't do both. I definitely can't reach the gun from the driver's seat.
How many people can you fit in that grasshopper?
you could fit the whole group in the grasshopper if you needed to.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I vote Andrew, you're the getaway driver.
There you go.
Has
So
the advantage of making sure that he's not in danger of being taken by the Hutt of all of us.
So then let's just let's just imagine. I'm not going to put it up on the screen, but let's imagine two columns. So we have people who are going to visit the Hutt, and they're on the legacy / going to visit the Hutt on his station potentially.
Oh, I didn't anticipate that we would be going to visit the Hutt. I thought we would just be hailing it, like we'd be showing up in our ship and hailing him over comms. and saying, "Hey, here's the deal."
You should anticipate he'll want to meet you.
He's
Okay.
gonna come down.
Okay.
He's not going to want to do this deal sight unseen. There's
Mhm.
no way.
Okay.
So anticipate that. So on the legacy, you would have Tom,
Yeah. Zag.
Zag. On the grasshopper would be piloted. Then we're saying by Andro.
Yeah, I think that's a good combination of Andro pilot, and if something happens, basically he or Lena can switch out between. I'm assuming his gunnery for a ship is also fairly decent.
It's decent. Yeah.
So between the two of them, if we get into shit that requires fly away and shoot things,
Yes.
then between the two of them, one of them can do the shooting things from the ship, and the other one can do the flying the ship.
Okay. So who's on the grasshopper with Andro? We said that potentially Bobkin.
Mm-hmm.
And who else? Who
Yes.
else is going on the Derelict?
I wonder if Bobkin should be with us, just in case things go bad.
Why?
And then Sorbo, between Sorbo and Andro, God, I'm blanking on names. Sorry.
Lotacom?
Yeah, between those three, and then Lena piloting.
Yeah.
I think that's enough to pull the core. Like we said, the core wasn't that big, right?
Yeah, right.
Want to make sure I'm
Bobkin being a little selfish, wants to be on that ship, wants to see, that this, couple 1,000-year-old Jedi ship.
I feel a little safer if we had Bobkin with us.
I understand that. I do. There's never going to be another chance, though, to get on a ship of this age.
Also, I want to make sure that I understand who's on which ship now, because I think, Tom, you just said having Lena piloting, but Lena is piloting the Lost Legacy. Is that correct?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah, Andrew's gonna pilot the grasshopper.
Right.
Okay.
And if we get in a situation that he needs a gunner,
Right.
then
Yeah,
we'll
where's
play shuffle the
Sorbo?
pilots.
Where's
Where's
Sorbo?
Sorbo?
Yes. So
Yeah,
where's
where's
Sorbo?
Sorbo?
If we're
Sorbo
pulling
has to
material-
go
Already
through
on the planet
grasshopper.
with a big gun having a conversation with the hut.
Yes.
Sorbo
if-
has to go with the grasshopper because this is an old hull.
Yeah, if we're
This is
pulling
gonna
things out of
require-
an old ship, we're gonna
Yeah.
need, if
Right,
we're gonna
right.
be going through bulkheads and turning things around and cutting things
Yeah.
out, then
Yeah.
Bobkin's going to the ship. That's
Well, and to be totally honest, Lena, where she can probably manage to be stealthy, is also pretty good at being loud and obnoxious if she needs to make a distraction. So having her
and just talking.
lie to them is probably not a bad plan.
Yeah,
Okay.
and talking. She's really good.
So it's Tom and Zag on the Hutt ship.
On the
We're just
Hutt,
gonna have to be we're gonna have to be on our toes.
You're gonna have to be on your toes.
And Lana. Right?
Well, no, Lana's staying aboard the Lost Legacy.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll
Somebody
just have
has
to
to
be
be
on our
careful.
toes.
So
Let-
be polite to the hut.
Okay, and then Lotacom is where? Hiding on the ship? Hiding on the Lost Legacy?
What's his skills?
He's a mechanic. So
Panic.
Mm,
I mean,
Yeah,
he
I
could
think
go
I
on
think on the Lost
Grasshopper.
Legacy.
yeah.
Yeah, you can leave him with me, or you can send him with the grasshopper. I think either one is probably fine.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it this way, that means you have a mechanic on both ships.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's
Yeah,
probably-
Lena is not a
Mechanic.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
guys. It broke. guys, come back to the ship. It broke.
Yeah. Keep him there with you then. Yeah. This should be fun.
Okay.
What
So-
could possibly go wrong?
Well, we shall find out. I believe while
All
we've
right,
been...
so, all right,
It's like
so
the old saying, always split the party.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we've got team the face, team stealth, and team let us know when you need a distraction.
Never always check your references. Okay. So there we go. Okay, I think we've got the group sufficiently split up and generally know what you're going to do. I think that, Sorbo, you have finished your attempts to modify your weapon. And what I see is that you were successful in doing one and unsuccessful at doing another one.
So installing the attachments themselves isn't a roll, but modifying them is.
Yes.
So I don't know where they got this secondhand ion blaster. This is garbage quality. That should have worked. So
it's not my fault. It's bad equipment.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A good craftsman always blames his tools.
That's right. That's right. Look
But
at
yeah,
this. This
so
they didn't even pack instructions.
Attempting to squeeze extra damage out of the ion blaster was a failure. I get one more shot at that because there's 2 slots for it, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I figure he has 1 chance on each of them for the length of time we have.
Yes, the mod system again is brutal.
Oh, it is. It is
a little bit brutal.
Yeah,
And
I as a OOC comment, I'm not particularly familiar with the system, but I've done my best to build a character entirely around this skill, and I still fail about 50% of the time.
Yep,
That's right.
It is true.
It's the dice.
It's the dice. These damn dice.
Always blame the dice.
Always.
No.
A good craftsman always blames his tools.
That's
Right.
right.
Exactly.
That's right.
I heard the lesson.
Yeah. So after 11 days plus of travel, going over your plan a couple of times, generally what you're going to say, where everybody's going to be, checking all your gear to make sure that what you have is working, other than the aforementioned failure, you reach the Dantian Prime system, and after a few hours of sublight travel, you make it to the lot itself. And it's not too long as you approach in the Lost Legacy before you receive a very pertinent and curt hail.
Terse, one might say.
Terse, one might say. Who are you? State your
Oh shit, that's my cue, isn't it?
Mhm. That's all you, Lena. Go.
We have a proposal for you. We completed a bounty we think you're interested in and have some information that may be pertinent.
Who are you? We do not know you.
Well, yeah, we have to come down and meet you for this, you to know us. I think that's how it works.
Tell him he will be glad to meet us financially.
We think that it will be financially beneficial for us to make acquaintances. Did I do it right?
Sorbo is giving you a
sounds cool.
thumbs up from off screen for the use of beneficial. Like,
Beneficial.
good word choice. Good word
Yeah.
choice.
The master does not accept unannounced visitors. Unannounced visitors will be
We
considered
aren't great at
trespassers.
RSVPing. Our apologies. Is there like a waiting list?
Do not interrupt. Unannounced visitors will be considered trespassers. Trespassers will be considered hostile.
Okay. So we would like to announce our intention to visit. Hi.
Please identify.
Oh. Were we supposed to say that we got this in the bounty?
Yeah, we took the ship.
And we're the
we-
SS Minnow.
We're
We are
still the
the-
lost.
no, we're
We're
not the
still the
minnows.
Lost Legacy.
We are the new owners of the Lost Legacy.
Please hold. Do not continue to approach until you are cleared.
Sorry, I missed part of that.
He said, do not continue to approach until you are cleared.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Make yourself a charm roll.
Oh, God.
Ooh. Ooh. You ought to have that skill.
If not, she really should.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did-
right. I was like,
Pilot.
Sherman
Oh,
go
I didn't
pilot.
put a difficulty in it. Sorry, what was the difficulty?
The difficulty is 3. So that still works. Yeah. So you added
Yeah.
the difficulty, but there were no failures, so it still shows up as 3 successes. But those 2 threats do persist. So
Yeah.
I'm adorable.
Yeah.
But this is not the situation in which to be adorable.
No.
That should be a skill.
Most adorable gangster.
So after a slight delay, you will approach and dock with airlock 2.
Thank you.
Your boarding party, your shore party will consist of no more than 3 individuals.
Okie dokie. I'll stay on the ship then. We'll send 2.
Since we're here, start scanning too. We need to find that ship.
Oh yeah.
Okay. We should back up a little bit. When is the grasshopper going to? The grasshopper is already disengaged, correct?
That's what I was just thinking about.
Yes.
The grasshopper left before we hailed, I imagine.
The assumption was, I believe, unspoken. We kind of brushed past it, but I believe the assumption was that the grasshopper was going to depart before this all happened.
Well, that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So the grasshopper should be the one actually doing the scanning, not the Lost Legacy.
Okay, I figured the Lost Legacy could do it faster, but okay.
They might be able to, but also they might be detected doing scanning.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay. Never mind. Okay.
You got it? Okay.
They're paying attention.
Yeah.
They're paying attention to that one.
Yeah, we're under surveillance.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking it was passive scans, but
Right.
because the ship, but
Yeah.
okay. No, it makes sense.
Okay. So one little oddity of this system is that scanning and sensors are handled typically by the computer's skill. So
I have that.
you have that. So if you would like to select, so we're going to switch over to you guys in the grasshopper, which is sort of at the edge of the lot, sort of floating out there some safe distance away from sensors. But if you would like to start, and you're basically working against 3 purple.
Three purple.
Or pardon me, it's 2 purple and 1 black. Pardon me, 2 purple and 1 black.
2 purple, 1 black.
Oh no, black's the goddess bad. Okay.
It already comes up as 1 yellow and 2 green. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is the skill, and then you just have to add in the difficulty dice.
Okay. Just to make sure I'm doing it right. Roll dice. Boom.
Yeah, don't do what I did, where you only roll your ability.
So not so very good.
It's not so very good. So basically, you're out there. You start up the sensors, and the grasshopper has a pretty nice sensor suite. So you're sitting in the bottom chair, Andrew's sitting up top above you, and you start scanning, and you're like, this place is huge. It's filled with all kinds of junk. I mean, just like so many shipwrecks, so many pieces of ships just floating out here, parked in space. And it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna take a while, and you're not having your first sweep, kind of just doing a general sweep. You don't have a lot of luck. What you do detect, however, is at one point there is a heat bloom, like a power plant, a signature somewhere out there that suggests a vessel or a satellite that is active. And you detect it. It's pretty far away. It's at the edge of the sensor's range. But as soon as you detect it, it's on there for a second, and then it goes dark. You don't see it anymore.
All right. What about using sense? Since the ship was a Jedi ship,
Seek actually would be the one I think you would want, because Seek allows
Which
you
one?
to Seek is the ability that allows you to find potentially objects that are lost.
Do you think that's Seek is better?
I think Seek is the appropriate skill here.
Okay.
Sense is for detecting living things, creatures.
I just lost my. Okay.
So Seek.
I just lost my character. Interesting.
Should be able to go back to it.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully.
Okay.
All right.
So, so you should be able to roll a Seek roll.
Roll a Seek roll. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, is just.
I got it back. Yeah. Look at that! I managed to get back.
There you go.
Nice.
Everybody be happy.
There you go. We're back. We're back.
So Seek is a skill?
Seek is a force power, so it doesn't appear on your list. So
how do I roll that?
For the basic power, you can, let's see. So you want to gain insight. You should have. Let's see. Would you be able to use that? Let me see. So you want to spend a. You need to spend 2 force points to gain insight into the general location or direction of a person or object that you know about, regardless of the current distance. So basically, you only have a force power of 1, which means you're going to need to roll well on your force dice. It is possible, but it's going to be a little tricky. So what you want to do now is clear out that black die that we put in there.
So I'm going down here to roll dice.
So go to the roll dice, clear out the black die.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing's there.
Put in one of the white force dice. Just one.
Okay.
Okay. And roll it.
And roll it. Okay.
Yes.
Is this using the party's dice?
No. This is not Destiny.
Okay.
Okay. So here's what you can do.
I don't even see the result. How do you guys see the result? I don't
It's
see the
off to
result.
the right-hand side.
It's
of
the
your
right-hand
window.
side. Yeah.
So there's a little scroll bar at the bottom that goes left, right?
Yeah. It says Bobkin Jabbo rolled from the game table 1 dark side.
There's a history.
A history, right?
Okay.
So the point is, the result you got was 1 dark side. Now you have 1 force point.
Oh, I see it.
You have a dark side. So you're getting a little frustrated by this. You know, just like we need to find this thing. I want to find this thing. I'm concerned about there's a potential hostile out there. You can dip into the dark side to make this work. Yeah. So your frustration, your fear at being discovered, all of that potentially is bubbling up inside you. So if you want, you dip into the dark side. If you do so, it will create conflict for you, which we will account for later. Only a little bit, of course, but it also will cause you 1 strain because you're putting strain on yourself to do this.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
There's no other way to do it, so
Yeah. At least not
yeah.
now. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. So you're just frustrated. And you kind of clench your fists and close your eyes, and you get a general sense of where it is. You open your eyes, you look at the sensor screen, and you're like, it's there. And so you have a general bearing to go. And so you transfer that information to Andrew and say, that's where it is. And he says, I don't see a sensor fix. Are you sure? And you tell him it's there. Sorbo, you're in the vessel too, and you do see that sort of short display from. You don't know quite what to make of it. You see that short display from Bobkin, where he just kind of seems to get really frustrated.
I mean, the whole conversation when we were back on the main ship and we were deciding who was going to go where.
Yeah.
Bobkin was pretty head up about I need to be on this ship. I need to go on this mission. He's already shown that he's got an emotional investment in this that is far stronger than most of the people on this ship. So I think he's kind of going to write it off as okay, number 1, this is weird Jedi stuff. We're not asking questions about weird Jedi stuff. That's a whole other issue. But in addition, he does seem real mad about this or real emotional about this. I'm not going to go over and check on him and make sure he's okay and pat his shoulder, but I will try and give him a little more space and try and give him a little more personal bubble to maybe help let him have a little time to decompress after whatever he's going through.
Going through some stuff.
Right.
Yeah, he's going. Yeah, it's. But this is definitely this goes in the back of his mind and gets written down as we should be watching Bobkin. We should make sure that Bobkin has a supervisor or a buddy system sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Sorbo.
so while you're doing that, Andro is trying to find a way that he can pilot to that location without being potentially detected. And so far, he's not having a lot of luck. He hasn't been detected, he doesn't think, but he's frustrated by it because there's no way into this place. He has sensor set. He's got a sensor net here. He's got a station there. This is just a maelstrom of debris. He's having to kind of circle around the edge of the entire space of the lot and sort of looking for a way in. So far, you all have not been able to find a way in.
Does anybody have any science skills? Like science?
Do
Uh,
I have skills? No.
No.
Do I have a ridiculous base dice pool?
Yes.
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 Because what you can maybe do, since this is suspended between two suns, is maybe you could look for flare activity or something like that you could use as basically a backdrop to hide from. Try to basically wait for a flare to try to slip past the sensor net.
I think that's an inspired possibility. I think that is an inspired possibility. In that case, yeah, what we would actually need would be another. It's a little odd in this system that they don't have a science skill in particular. I'm not going to make you do a knowledge roll to think of that. We'll say that's just experience and inspiration. But I will need you to make sort of a computer's roll. I'll need Bobkin to make a computer's roll again on the sensors to sort of time that. But we don't need to do that right at this second. So let's just say that is the plan. That's what those of you on the Grasshopper are going to be doing. And meanwhile, we're going to switch back to the Lost Legacy.
Also, I'm helping on that roll whenever we get around to it.
And you absolutely should help on that roll. And
I've got nothing else to do.
And maybe burn a Destiny die in the bargain.
So computers, but not right now.
Computers, but not right now, because we're going to switch scenes.
Computers, star wipe.
Yes. We're gonna switch scenes, and we're going to go back to the Lost Legacy, which is docking with the space station. So the ship comes in, and you notice that you are definitely have laser cannons trained on you the whole time that you are coming in for an approach to the station.
Those are big guns, guys.
I look at Zag. I'm feeling good about this. I've got a good feeling here.
Yes. There's
sure you're going in strapped.
Yeah.
Oh, Zag is trying to hold the straightest face he can. He is trying to look not menacing, but definitely like, I'm here on business.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So there's no piloting role necessary, Lena, to come in for a landing. It's all computer assisted. So you dock the ship.
Remember to do it slow because we're trying to buy as much time as possible.
Right. Well, that's an interesting
Gotta
point.
Parking.
Yeah. So if you do want to do it slow, that actually does require a piloting role. Because you need to make it convincing. It's not that hard, I don't think. I would say it's about 2 difficulty.
Is this planetary piloting?
I would say this is planetary. Well, no, this is, let's call it space. It's space.
Actually, I think they're the same for me. So
Yeah.
Let me see if it actually makes it. I don't think it makes a difference. Oh yeah, no, it doesn't make a difference. Difficulty?
Actually, you know what? I just thought about it. I'm trying to. A lot of these things are situational, so I'm going to say it's 1 purple, but 1 black because you want to.
Okay, and I have the little black negating. Does that mean I don't put the black in?
You know what? You don't put the black in, so go ahead, just do it.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
Always nice to have skills that negate.
Nice.
So 4 successes and 1 threat.
Hey, parallel parking's hard. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Beep, beep, beep.
Oh God, this
Throw
is like
an
a
arm over the passenger
turn.
seat, looking this way. Yeah.
30-point turn.
So the four successes mean you definitely succeed in slowing things down and taking a long time to do it, which will help those of us in the Grasshopper when we get back to them. The threat comes in the form of, as you are pulling in, they offer assistance in the form of a tractor beam.
No.
No. I gotta learn to do it on my own. It's cool. It's all right. I'm getting there.
So they don't engage the tractor beam, but there's a tractor beam.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We've established that there's a tractor.
Noted.
Yes. Remember for the
That'll
future.
be fun later.
So you dock with the station, and there's a hard seal, and the docking clamps are engaged, and voila, and you're all there. And so it is only Zag and Tom that are going ashore, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lena, you will stick with the ship. And so you come through the airlock, and
Wait, Zag, how are you armed?
He has a pocket pistol.
One on the left, one on the right. Actually.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 2 rounds.
So we
They're
just
big
have
and hurt.
pistols.
My immediate thought is if we have to resort to shooting, we've already done things very wrong. The other thing is take a couple shots, find cover, find the quietest way out.
Sure.
Because
Okay.
Zag is not stick around and gun everyone down. Zag is like, no, we need to like
Yeah.
air vent this out or something.
Right.
I've got the stealth for it. Do you?
I do not have a whole bunch of stuff. No.
That's all right.
We're basically sending the bard and the thief into this.
Yes, exactly.
The Jedi thief.
Yeah.
So you both, the airlock opens up and it opens onto a one of the open docking bays, and you are faced with the quote unquote crew or part of the crew of the station.
Yeah.
Which consists, as far as you can tell, of basically all droids. And so one of them, who appears to be a protocol droid, the one in red, regards you and says, "Greetings, I am TC-34. I will escort you to meet our master."
Protocol droids are always so polite.
Thank you very much.
May I have your names, please?
Quick out of character question. Did we come up with cover?
I think we were just posing as bounty hunters.
Are you ready?
So I'd say I don't think any names are needed here.
My master disagrees.
Your master has made this a real difficult interaction so far. He's just the first customer I'm talking to. He's not the last. So tell your master that he needs to start being a lot more accommodating, or we blast off right now, and somebody else gets this. I'm gonna try coercion if I can.
Yes, I assume that's what you're going for.
Yeah.
Roll your coercion.
So what am I rolling against?
You are, because it's just a droid, you are rolling.
Yeah.
You are rolling against 2 purple.
Sweet. Okay.
Or pardon me. Oh no, that'll work.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's fine. I could have done that opposed, but it's fine. We'll just do it.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter. So, please do not misunderstand. I do not mean to offend you. I wish to know how to announce you.
They call me Mr. Bounty and my associate Mr. Hunter.
Did you get a little jersey in that?
Come with me, please.
Come with me, please. Who?
Oh God.
Come with me, please, Master Bounty.
Quick technical question: is Pete via the modulator really quiet to anyone else?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a little
very-
quieter, yeah.
Very. Yeah.
That last line was really quiet.
And yeah, I don't know if you've got independent volume control on that.
I do. Good. I sound normal now.
Yeah.
I mean, you sound
Yeah.
like you're talking now.
Yeah, I think it might just be the. It might just be that. So
Oh,
okay.
goodness. Just go with Bob and Doug McKenzie next time. From the SS Minnow.
From the SS Minnow. So, you are led down a corridor. You are flanked by these little floating drones on either side of you. The protocol droid leads the way, and then you will come into another hangar bay in which there is a YT-1000, which appears to be it's an old light freighter, which appears to be in some state of being repaired. The ramp is open. There are various worker droids of different shapes working on it. You are led up the ramp into the vessel itself and into its main compartment.
Okay. Not what I expected. Okay.
Master Bounty, Master Hunter, I present to you Doluuna the Hutt.
Yeah, Zag will give a little bow.
He's a
It's only
Borg.
courtesy.
I don't bow.
Oh, Shiwokumo Chuartawakum.
I think I think Tom speaks Hut. I think actually I did declare that at one point.
All right, good, because then I don't have to do Huttese the whole time. So we will formally declare that Tom speaks Hutt. Yes, you did.
Sure.
You did say that you had familiarity with the Hutt in the previous session, so we will go with that.
You could still use the voice echoer thing and just say it in English.
This is where you need subtitles.
Who are you and what do you want?
Who we are doesn't really matter. What we want is credits.
Everybody
now-
wants credits.
Hey, credits are what make the galaxy go round, man. The reason we're looking the reason we came to you is you saw that Big Bertha we came in on, right?
The Lost Legacy.
Yeah, kind of figured you'd be familiar with it. The previous owner, he netted us a decent bit of cash, but well, we were going through his stuff and we found pretty much a mostly intact plan of how to rob you blind. Was apparently it was apparently been a bit of an obsession for him for quite a while. Something he'd been working on in his spare time. Reading through the notes, it sounds like you two have kind of a history.
We were competitors. I won, he lost.
Well, apparently he wanted to go for a second round. Well, I don't mind telling you, we've had some extra expenses recently. So our first thought was, well, it looked like a good job. We could pull it off ourselves. I think you got a lot here worth taking.
You would fail.
Maybe. I don't know. Based on what I've seen so far, I don't think so. But on the other hand, I ain't looking to put out all that work.
Did you come to
So-
threaten me, or is there an offer?
I guess both. I'm willing
I
to
threaten you with an offer.
don't threaten me with a good time. I've got a broker who, if he doesn't hear from me in 3 days, sells this plan on the open market.
Who?
Come on, you're smarter than that.
How do I know there is a broker?
You don't. You could always take the chance. So I'm willing to bet that your security here is worth a lot to you, though. You're willing to pay more than a bunch of people on the open market who don't have no idea how the integrity of the plans. I think I think we can get a few more credits from you than we can from them. So that's why I wanted to approach you first.
Okay. Give me a roll here. What do you want to roll?
Deception, I think.
Okay. That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
So this is an opposed roll.
Now I have 2 of the take black away dice, negative black dice.
Okay, so that's good.
Spend a light side point.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I was gonna say that once I found out the difficulty.
I think that is a good idea.
Now
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
didn't we post a thing where it turned out the light side points aren't dice, they are 6/6, just
Yeah.
give you a success?
So what?
No.
No. They cancel.
Upgrade.
They cancel a potentially cancel a failure.
Oh, okay.
So it's not the same. It doesn't automatically give you a success. It just increases your chances of success.
Okay.
Okay. So so you want to let me see. So this is going to be a pose. So you have to do better. You have to do better than he does. Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Okay, so there's no purples on this. We just roll our things.
You just roll some stuff.
Okay, I am spending a light side point.
Okie doke. Light side point, very good.
Nice. 1 dark side.
That's
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that fits for Tom though.
Yeah.
yeah. No, that doesn't. That's not applicable here. Okay, so here we go. Okay.
Damn. Shit.
So let's see. So that is not going to do it for him.
He has a ridiculous pool. So
Yeah.
He's a Hutt. He's an experienced Hutt. So, all right. So he doesn't seem to buy it.
Mm. Die with the lie, man. Die with the lie. I admit nothing.
Die with the light.
What I see are 2 con artists trying to steal something from me. You offer no proof, just threats and boasts. I don't think so. Why shouldn't I toss you out an airlock right now?
If I was trying to con you, if I was making this whole thing up, how the hell did I even know about you?
Sorry, I want to make sure I didn't cut off there. How did I know about you? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Yeah.
how did I know about you? How did I know? How did I run across these plans that this Ondar guy put together?
You have the ship.
That's where I found him.
What happened to it?
By the way, you keep saying Ondar. It's not Ondar. It's sorry, the names are similar. It's Andromadar. That's what you're.
Oh, okay.
Madar.
And Madar. Okay, right. Sorry. What happened to? I'm sorry, you cut off there at the end.
Yeah.
What happened to Madar?
Honestly,
Carbonite.
After I turned him over, no idea. But I hear it was some sort of battle for a throne or something like that. So I doubt it was anything good. All he was to me was a pile of credits, man. Look, this is a lot of news to deal with up front. I understand. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna let you think about this for a while.
Ho 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 ho! No!
And the behind you, the door slams shut.
Yeah. Okay.
You will stay here. I have contacts. I will find out about this bounty. Then we will talk about a deal or an airlock.
Okay. So that's where we will pause with you.
Okay.
is there? I mean, unless there's anything else you guys want to do in that interaction, either overtly or surreptitiously.
Just when he leaves, what droids are left behind?
He hasn't left yet. He's there.
Okay.
What you have here are basically 3 drones, which appear to be armed, and the protocol droid in this room.
Okay. Well, I guess I just want to surreptitiously look around for exits.
Yeah,
Yes.
Zag wants to take a good look around the room with hopefully perception in a bit, but that doesn't have to be right this instant. He wants to survey the place.
When I rolled that triumph, I was sure I had it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you would if you weren't being opposed by a Hutt.
Yeah.
So that's the trick. So we're gonna hold on that, and then we're gonna go back to the grasshopper. So back aboard the
Can
grasshopper.
I sneak something in right before you go back to
Sure,
the
you
grasshopper?
absolutely can.
So they've locked the Lost Legacy in, and she knows there's a tractor beam. Is there anybody but droids around the ship?
Nope. As far as you can tell, there's no life signs other
Okay.
than other than this big old Hutt and those two, and Zag and Tom.
And now that I think about it, did we establish there's not like texting? It's only voice communications?
You can definitely do like a little, like a pager beep or something like that. You could do like a Morse code, a signal. You can open up a comm channel. Anything of that nature is possible.
I'm going to send something to Lana about trying to contact, I just forgot her name. I'm sorry.
Your girlfriend?
Yes.
Drana1.
And trying,
Huh.
see if she can find somebody reputable enough to say that they collected the bounty on,
Reputable enough to
yeah,
lie
reputable
about it.
enough. Yeah. But
Fair.
to have collected the bounty.
Lodic, I don't think the lie went well. Zag just asked if we can corroborate it. That, you know what I mean. You know somebody?
Not real. Well, what about your friend Cabarro?
Who's that?
The guy back on Vergasso Station who first gave you the job.
Oh,
Oh, that's an option. Zag wanted me to call his girlfriend, but I don't really know her.
That signal will take a while to reach her. That's not.
Yeah, it feels like not a thing I can just phone in.
Zach's not aware of space and
Yes.
how long communication takes.
Zach is panicking.
Yeah, well, he's trying to think of a plan before he gets to panicking, to be fair.
Yeah.
So the other thing that Lena wants to do while we're waiting, is she'll just kind of like poke at.
Hey, I know he said boarding party of no more than 3. I just want to get out and look at my ship. Someone's gonna shoot me, right? Like most of you are bigger than me. Come on.
Do the droids do anything like train like blasters at her if she's?
All right. Well, let me make sure I understand what you're doing. Are you sticking your head out of the airlock, or what are you doing?
She wants to get a look at what we're actually locked in with.
Okay. That you can do from the airlock. You don't actually need to board the station to do that.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, so she'll just be like, hey, just getting out to look at the ship, not coming in. It's okay, not coming in.
So yeah, so you can go into the airlock and you can see the docking clamps, and the docking clamps are pretty standard docking tackle. They're not. I mean, they would need to be unlocked before you could get out, but they're not like. They don't appear to be like
Military grade.
or anything like that. Yeah.
Can I give you a perception for best way to bust out of here if I need to?
I think.
Or do you want something similar?
Give me a perception roll. I think that's good, and then just give me that versus 1 purple.
2 successes, 3 advantages.
Okay, so what you see that there is a manual docking clamp release on the other side of the airlock. You would need to board the station to get to it, but it is it's fairly clearly labeled, and it's in a fairly obvious place, and it doesn't appear to have any particular kind of secret locking mechanism or anything. So it should be possible. It would be possible if you got into that airlock to kind of pull the levers and release the ship. The only trick being, like, then you got to hightail it back into the ship and get the hell out of there. So
she's actually gonna do what she can to send a message back to Zag in the same way that he sent her one. That is, girlfriend far away. And if running, pull lever before getting out onto ship.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay.
She's not going to try and get out there, but if they have to come booking it back, she's going to be like, grab that on your way.
Right. All righty. So that's the message you receive, Zag. Got that?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So you guys are basically waiting. Doluuna is kind of going about his. He's obviously put in a call at the holo terminal. He's directing some droids. The droids are basically the drones. The flying drones are basically trained on you at all times. They again are definitely armed. The protocol droid is kind of just sitting there like, what do I do in this situation? I'm not really sure. What's the polite thing to do? So,
How about some drinks while we're waiting?
so do you get in a lot of situations where you are potentially going to be executed?
It's a rough business. But when I have been threatened with execution, they usually offer me a drink.
He will bring you some water. Because it's the polite thing to do.
Sure. Well, okay, I don't drink it.
Okay.
But I do hold it.
Okay. He brings you both some water, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know that these droids are waterproof.
It's a good point. So we're going to switch back to the grasshopper. And at this point, I am going to require a computer roll, which is a sensor roll, from Bobkin. And I'm going to say that this does not have any black dice. It just has a difficulty of 2 purple opposing it.
Then am I able to assist on this?
And you are able to assist on this, so we can add one blue boost die to that. So the light blue die. Add
So
one
2
of those.
purples.
2 purples and then 1 light blue.
1 light blue. I add that light blue?
You add the light blue, yes.
And then also your computer skill.
Yeah, that's the skill. Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think we're good, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Sounds good.
Boom.
Roll
Let's
it.
see what happens.
Okay. No.
Didn't
Okay.
go well? No.
Didn't go well. Didn't go well.
Ooh.
2 failures, 3 advantages. Okay,
Yeah.
so
5 advantage, technically.
5. Yeah.
that's right. 5 advantages. Sorry, like I was looking.
That's not good.
Well, it doesn't mean it means you didn't succeed, but the 5 advantages have a beneficial effect tangential to the fact that you didn't succeed.
Ooh, tangential. You've been to college.
Right. Exactly. So.
Zorbo, thumbs up on the word choice from off screen.
Yes. So, well, you guys tell me, what do you think? Without assuming that because the goal of this was to find a solar flare, some solar flare activity that you could utilize, basically coming from the direction of the sun to kind of get in there without being detected. You're unable to do that, but without like just saying like, hey, here's another way we succeed, because that's not going to work. What could those 5 advantages be?
I mean, honestly, it's not the goal we were going for right now. So can we get a better bead on where the ship is with those advantage? You know, we're trying to like do larger scale sweeps and larger scale scans. Can we accidentally pick up like a better idea of where the ship is than Bobkin's feelings about the matter?
I think.
Actually, can I make a suggestion?
Please.
Yeah.
Sure.
The 5 advantages are another ship shows up, another customer.
That's beyond advantages. That's too much. That's like spending destiny dice stuff.
So we
Okay.
know we don't know where the ship is. We know the direction of the ship.
You have an idea of where the ship is.
You know, like you can
Right.
point at it on the screen. You can say it's
Right,
there.
right. And we were trying to use these solar flares to get there without being detected.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
you-
Get
So
through the fence, basically.
right. So could advantages be you go around this ship and you use another derelict, to
It can't be another way to succeed.
it's not another way to succeed. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right. So I'm not sure I understand that.
Okay. Well, wait a minute. Actually, I'm going to take that back a little bit. I think it would be fair to say it's not another way to succeed without. It's not a success, but it's potentially another. It would give you another route that would then require
That
more
we then
rolls.
have to roll something else on.
Exactly. So,
Okay.
for
All right.
instance, let's say in the junkyard there is a wreck that is slowly tumbling end over end. It's going through the junkyard. That's going to would potentially get you pretty close if you can stay in it or around it, in its vicinity. That could do it. It's going to require a piloting roll, and unfortunately, it's going to require a piloting roll from an NPC, which again, generally is not great, but
Right.
but that is something that you could do.
I mean, you could let me pilot.
Yeah, are you going to be able to pilot better than Andro?
Zorbo's just like, here, let me.
Does he have more than 3 green dice? As
Yes,
his
he
entire
does.
Die pool?
Yes, he does.
Okay, then I will not be able.
Sorbo makes the grab. He sees the face that Lena gives him when he grabs the steering wheel, and he just retreats it back.
I'll tell you what.
And I think she was the only one that did that.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what you can do, Sorbo. You can assist.
I would love to assist.
You can co-pilot. So,
Okay, yeah.
so Bob can, while you're at the sensor suite, kind of you're to the side, and then Sorbo, you slip into the co-pilot seat, which the orientation here is up and down. So basically, Andrew's sitting up there, and you're sitting down here. So the co-pilot. So for this, I'm going to want you to make a. I'm going to want you to make actually a piloting roll. Even though you're co-piloting, I'm going to want you to make a piloting roll with 2 purple, 1 black.
All right. So this is space, not planetary. 2 purple, 1 black, and then it's just my skill. We're not adding anything in. This is just going to be like my assist roll.
Right, exactly.
All right.
Okay,
I mean, come on.
so that's good. That's good. All right.
Lena never lets me drive, and this is just like she's not here to see this, and he's very disappointed. And if there was a way he could record the sort of like sensor information and inputs of the last 5 minutes to like bring to her and be like, see, this is why you should let me pilot sometimes.
Okay.
Do the comms have a way of sending a selfie?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, we've
exactly.
established that they do. In a previous session, we established you can send selfies.
Zorbo wants to send a selfie.
I know she's busy. I'm saving a selfie to show her later.
All right.
He's not posting it to his TikTok.
Right.
Check my timeline.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
It's on his TikTok. It's got that oh no sound.
And so out there among the detritus, there's this sort of hulk that's like slowly. It's like an old bulk freighter. It's like tumbling end over end slowly, pushed by basically solar radiation. Got it going, and Andro manages to fly the grasshopper in one end of the hull, and then just kind of sticks with it as it's flying through space, and this should get you reasonably past the sensor cordon that surrounds the lot and closer to the vessel itself, where you will eventually have to part company with it to reach the hull, the hulk, the derelict. But that seems to be okay. So now, let's see here. I am going to ask for those of us on the grasshopper to have. No, I think we're good there. So, after some minutes, you come up upon the derelict, and you part companies with the drifting hulk, and there you see it. It is obviously not in quite as good shape as the specifications which you saw. The hull is bent. It has been hit many, many times with what look like meteorite impacts and other debris over the centuries.
We got here on a ship that was out of control, tumbling. I'm sure these things have taken their share of fender benders.
They have. It is not in terrific shape, but it should be possible to dock with it and go on board. I'm assuming that you're going to want Andro to stay on the Grasshopper as you dock, and then you guys will go on to the ship itself.
Is this a good time? I expect to be using sense a lot.
Yes.
Just to see what's there. Is this a good time to do that, or is there a different skill I should be using?
Well, the sense is a good thing. This would not be necessarily you could use sense at any time.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it now if you want, like kind of as you're docking might be a good time, or as you're approaching the ship.
When I was in the Hammerhead's shop, you could tell there was something there.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, sense has been, upgraded since then. So
yeah.
I know this thing is thousands of years old, but is there?
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt to do it, right? So it's not like D&D where you can only do it once a day.
That's true. Exactly.
Right. So let's do it.
So let's try for a sense. So
let's embrace the dark side. What could possibly go wrong?
Hopefully not the dark side again, but
yes, things can happen. So luckily you only need one force point this time.
What do you want me to do?
So I want you to roll one white die, one force die, and let's see what you get.
So click on a white and roll.
Click on a white and roll.
Okay. Boom.
Oh,
Two
nice.
light side.
Look at
Excellent.
that.
So
There
look
we
at
go.
that. So
There we go.
Here you're feeling better about things. You're at peace. You roll it, and you.
Yeah, you're part of the plan's going fine.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not about
You're
to get
fine.
airlocked.
Fine as long as you pull that thing when you come running back to the ship.
You do not detect. Anything alive on that ship. You do have. You do have just sort of the sense of a slight, almost like a humming somewhere, just the slight resonance of feeling through the force of something that is attuned to the force but not alive.
So okay, see, so we'll do that again when we're closer. Right.
Okay.
Right. And try to find. That's the goal. Whatever that humming is.
Okay.
He's gonna look for that. Bob's
Okay.
gonna look for that. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So you all are going to go on board, I assume, at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. And so you suit up in your enviro suits. The enviro suits, by the way, have a soak of 2. So if your native soak is whatever you're wearing is less than that, which I believe is the case for both of you, make sure that your soak is will reflect that your soak is now 2. I believe that Bob, that gives you a soak of 5, and Sorbo.
Yeah, my soak says 4 right now.
Yeah. So while you're on this ship for these purposes, this encounter, your soak is 5, and Sorbo,
and what
I believe
does that mean?
It means you soak 5 worth of damage for every hit that comes in.
Okay.
You're going to take a little bit less damage.
You take a little bit less damage.
When the shooting starts on this
derelict,
utterly abandoned ship with no danger,
nobody on there.
Yeah.
Right. Just a humming.
I'm just telling you. Yes. All right. So the Grasshopper comes in and docks, and you are. It has to be a soft seal because it's a kind of a weird, outdated, arcane, ancient docking mechanism. So you guys kind of have to move through this sort of rubbery membrane to get into the ship.
It's a rope and a hook.
Right, which is so a little awkward, but it works out. So you pass through the airlock and get into the main compartment. It is the central compartment had what at some point was an old holo terminal, which is utterly smashed but there's obviously there's a big hole. It's just open to space, and something that kind of smashed through the deck and destroyed it. There's just debris and girders and wires kind of floating around in 0G. I should mention that you guys are in 0G here. There is no gravity in this. So that doesn't necessarily impose a direct... pardon me. that doesn't impose a direct black die to your rolls, but it will make anything that you're rolling against for agility more difficult. So any agility-based rolls are more difficult, and also your movement counts as difficult terrain. So it's not that big of a ship, so this probably will not come up. But if you need to move around, you have to assume that you're kind of like working through with handholds, moving through the ship. So it's not easy. And so you enter that main chamber, and then what stretches out before you is sort of the deck plate, and the hull itself is bent in various directions. It is open to space, and there's just little bits of junk floating around the air that you have to push out of your way.
It's an absolute wreck. I was going to ask, but it doesn't seem like it. I was going to ask, is there any kind of like lore, roll or anything to see, where things were stored? But this place is an absolute wreck, right?
It's an absolute wreck. Absolute wreck.
Okay, absolute wreck. We'll just keep looking for the hum.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff. Yeah, a lot of the stuff has kind of just been utterly obliterated. And so generally the feeling you have of that hum was that it was forward. It was on the forward part of the ship, closer to the bridge, which is probably good because that's where you believe, according to the schematics, the navicomputer will be. So you guys move forward. Is there anything special you want to do or anything you want to declare as you move through the ship?
Oh, that's why I asked. You said it's an absolute wreck, so it's not like there's obviously the thing is so old. There's not stuff. There's not things lying around. So,
I'm dividing my attention between two things.
Yeah.
One of them is, looking around as we're moving. Are these areas that look like they will suddenly fail? Are there areas that look like they'd be easy to get through if we need to forge a new path? Just kind of trying to get a sense of what's left on this ship that I can trust as we move through it. And the other half of the time is him sitting there, gun over his shoulder, just kind of watching Bobkin.
Okay.
Well, see, it's
my job to lift heavy things and put them down.
Yeah.
It is your job to tell me what to lift.
He's got a great plan. I'm just looking for anything that's interesting. But if this place is an absolute wreck, there's not much to search. There's
we search while we go, but
right.
But I'm less concerned with searching for fabulous wealth because I'm not going to know what it looks like anyway.
Oh yeah, it's not even wealth. It's information. It's really what Bob.
Well, that's what I mean. What I am doing is I am opening doors for you, and I am getting stuck hatches out of the way.
Yeah.
I am kind of like
it could be as simple as an operations manual. Here's how this works.
Like,
where
is it? Where is it, Bobkin? Where is it?
Exactly. It's not looking for we're not looking for gold press latinum here. We're just looking for interesting.
If we can
stuff.
find the central core of the computer, like the computer.
Great.
Core for
Yeah.
Great.
But it's the hum that Bobkin's going to be honing in on.
Yes.
And trusting
Sorbo hears no
here.
hum. Is there something wrong with your transceiver? What's going on?
No. So there's this hum, and Sorbo's like, put hand on wall. No active power system. Like, I don't know what you're hearing.
But he's got the big gun, so he'll save us from the nasty droids that are going to pop out eventually.
Yep, absolutely.
Can you both make me a perception roll, please?
Oh,
it up.
I said nasty droids, and he says
the perception roll has 3 purple on it.
Oh, that's cool. I was going to fail it anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
3 purple. Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom. That's it. Roll dice.
It's hilarious that I can fail my mechanics roll, and yet this comes up okay.
I mean, for the record, you did just say you were putting your hand on everything trying to find a hum.
You did.
So, I have 2 dice in this pool.
We're dead.
Right. So
return to character generation.
All right. So Bobkin, you are so like fixated on this hum. You're like kind of got your hand out. Your eyes are kind of like not quite closed. You open them, you close them. So you don't notice it, but Sorbo, you do.
It's my job.
So as you're feeling along a deck plate, you see Bobkin going along, and then Bobkin, he immediately puts his hand in front of your chest, and there's a little telltale hint in the debris of a laser beam, like just a slight one, behind some junk that's kind of piled up, but it crosses the corridor.
When you go into the tunnels of Ku-Chi, you look for traps. Oh my god.
Really? He's just.
So you haven't tripped it. It's right ahead of you. What shall you do?
Can I see what this is attached to in terms of what it might trigger, or is it just there's a laser emitter and then there's like a bulkhead and it's drilled into? Does this like it was built into the ship or was it installed afterwards?
This was definitely. It looks like it would be very unlikely that this is installed. I mean, you can't see exactly where it is because there's like, if you notice, there's a pile of junk on the right side of the corridor, and it's kind of emerging from kind of a gap between two stacked pieces of junk.
All right.
So it's highly unlikely that it's native part of the ship.
I guess what I was asking was, does this look like it was do I get the sense this was installed after it arrived here?
Yes. Because it's functional.
Yeah, fair. Can I change that?
Well, that's a tricky thing. It's covered by a big pile of junk, so you have to get to it, hopefully without setting anything off.
It's either that or we try and get around it without triggering it and just leave it in place.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a lot of space and you're in 0G. So
Yeah. So you do have a lot of space, and just exactly as Dylan said, you could potentially get around it, just by climbing, basically climbing to the ceiling and just kind of just working your way in handholds around there. Okay.
Whatever you think's best, man.
How spry does Bobkin look?
Pretty spry.
Does it look like he's gonna like no, you're a fairly fit person.
Yeah.
You're pretty fly for a white guy.
So okay, first question. Going back through the sort of mental map of the ship that I'm building, is there another way around this section of the ship, or are we basically like this is the choke point?
It does kind of appear to be the choke point. So if we go back to the Defender schematic that you guys have on file, you are right about where the number 8 is. So you're in the main corridor there.
Fair.
So basically, you want to get to you're pretty close to your goal. You want to get to 4, pretty much. That's where you're headed.
Fair.
But yeah, there's not really another way in here unless you want to crawl on the outside of the ship and see if you can find an entrance place, a hole to climb in through there. That is another option.
What do you think about that?
I mean, we know there's a passage here. We don't know that there's a passage out there.
Right. I think we're here, and
Yeah.
I think we try to go forward.
So,
but, go ahead.
Okay, so here's my question: if I'm gonna roll to try and disable this thing, if I'm gonna roll for that, my goal is primarily not set it off, and then secondarily, can I disable it? Like, can I figure out how this functions and minimize my chances of screwing up more than maximizing my chances of success, if that makes sense?
Let me ask this.
Yeah.
This is a derelict that's been here forever.
Yeah.
Why is this thing still operational?
Well, let me clarify. It hasn't been here forever. It was found by someone who then sold that information to Doluuna, or he stole it.
But it's still old as hell.
It's still old as hell.
This is security. This is a wheel clamp, basically.
So this is like this could be on such an old ship.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Whatever you think. You're the security guy, man. I'm sorry, I got to beat.
No, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. I think the point is that this is something that potentially, Doluuna put here is what I think.
Right. There you go. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to set this off. I think I'm going to try and disable it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
let's get back and get clear.
Yeah. You go stand over there.
Yeah. And when you set off the
Yeah. Okay.
You see my body tumble past you.
Right.
The explosion.
So you very carefully
set off the claymore.
You very carefully start to peel away the layers of junk around this device. and just super carefully. And let me see what I'm going to ask you to roll to do that. Mechanics is obviously the thing we're going to roll probably to disable this thing. But before that, I feel like, let's see. How's your stealth or skullduggery?
Oh, let's see.
Skullduggery might actually be the best thing.
It's
that
garbage. They're
Yeah.
both garbage.
Is there a way I can assist?
Bob can actually, your skullduggery might be better, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to take it away from him. I'm
No,
saying-
no, but I
Oh,
think
no,
I think this is a
no.
cooperative effort. I think that you
Okay, all right.
you getting the thing, exposing the thing, and then Sorbo,
Skullduggery.
yeah, skullduggery,
Right.
and we're gonna say it is going to be, again, because you're in 0G and it's hard to do anything. It's going to be 2 purple.
2 purple. Okay.
Yes.
Roll well. Let's see. Damn.
No.
Well, advantages are always good, but
Damages, yeah. But
I hate to see
okay.
that word failure.
Yes, we do hate to see that word failure. So the word
Boom.
you have a failure and you have 3 advantages. So I would say this. I would say you
Hello?
you try to if someone's talking on the phone, please mute.
No, those are probably mine.
You can mute him. It's Nick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is Nick.
As Nick reaches for the mute button.
Yes, there we go. So I'm gonna say, so the failure means that you simply can't move this stuff. It's
All right,
just
I better get the mute.
it's been oriented in such a way so that it's going to be impossible to get it out of there without kind of dropping, getting something like it's either connected or to something, a wire or something on the inside. It's resisting being moved. But I'm going to say that with the 3 advantages, that it might be possible. You can see you can at least get a look at it. You can get a look at what the device is, even though you can't get to it to touch it. You can at least look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And what you see is a little box of a sensor that's bolted down to the deck plate with obviously newer bolts, shiny bolts. And it's got a little bitty transceiver on the top of it. Doesn't look big enough to hold an explosive. It looks just like it's like a laser and a sensor.
Like, hey, someone's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't tripped it yet.
You haven't tripped it yet.
Okay.
I mean, I can make that shot.
That's
Question is whether it's transmitting until it gets sent, triggered, or if it's not transmitting. unless it gets triggered.
right. Like it might be transmitting an all clear until it's not.
Yeah.
Damn. And we can't get around it.
We can try and get around it. I just know how bad my athletics is.
Okay. Well, again, this is kind of your thing.
No, I think at this point we're in this together. If you have options, good. Otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna take the shot.
Bob, you might
Okay.
be able to slice it.
Could I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
It's-
got slicer
It's
tools.
it's
I do have
computerized.
slicer tools.
It's
All
computerized.
right.
You could slice it.
All right. So
Oh
is that
yeah,
is
by
that
all
a com-
means do that.
that is, all right. Is that a
Okay.
computer skill?
So that's computer, again, 2 purple dice.
Let's do that. You
Okay.
okay with that, Sarva?
Absolutely.
All right. With 2 purples?
2 purples.
Don't screw me. Random stupid dice that aren't really dice.
Okay, 1 success, 2 advantages.
go.
Okay. You shut it down. It's in test mode. It's not the laser is not coming
Okay.
out.
All right.
So
all
it's still on. It's still transmitting.
But
And
it's
indeed the 2 advantages tell you that it is indeed it is actively transmit that you're on and functional.
Mm.
And so basically, if you just destroy it, that
It would-
effectively
that would be bad. Right.
that would be bad.
Okay.
That would be letting someone know
Alright.
that it's been defeated.
All right. All right.
So, but you have not done that. You've put it into test mode, so it thinks it's working. It's just not doing anything.
Okay. Let's go for that hum.
Okay, so moving forward.
After you, sir.
Okay.
Keep that gun ready.
Oh yes, no, the gun is out now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you move forward of that main compartment, and just to kind of off camera, if you will, to the side there are two blast doors that are one of which was clearly been burned open. The other one, which is kind of wrenched and bent from whatever insults this vehicle has suffered over the centuries. The hum, that sense that you got, Bobkin, is from the one that has been mostly bent and destroyed. It looks like the one on the port side was again just burned open by torches, and whatever was in there was examined and removed. It's empty.
So the hum is just.
But the hum is on the
mechanical?
starboard. The hum is on. No, it's definitely not mechanical. It's in the force. It's on the
Two
starboard
different
side.
sets of blast doors, I believe, is
Yes,
the
exactly.
thing I wasn't getting.
So there's a set of blast doors on the port side, and there's a set of blast doors
Right.
on the starboard side. On the starboard side, there's a twisted little storage compartment. It's got all kinds of, again, there's what used to be some kind of storage lockers in there. They're all bent and crumpled down by the twisting of the hull. But the hum is definitely coming from in there.
All right. Is this another sense, or what do I do?
This at this point, I would say is a perception, because you have to physically
Perception.
find it. So I would say that this is you have lights on your suit, so I'm just going to say it's 1 purple to find this thing.
We shall see.
Perception. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So 3 successes, 1 advantage. You kind of pushing your helmet in there a little bit. You're looking around with the lights, and you see down near the bottom, down near the floor, there is a little tiny box, what appears to be a wooden box with inlaid carvings, and that box is kind of sitting just slightly open, forced by the place where it fell, and there's a little tiny blue-green glow inside that box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
The question is,
the box, or...
you can't reach it. It's like
Can't reach
basically
it.
it's basically behind some debris.
Oh, well, we've got metal cutting tools. You know,
You do.
Is that
You
the
have a
best way to,
sorbo to use them.
and a
Right.
sorbo to use them? Yeah.
Yes.
Is that
That is possible. That is possible. That is, however, remember, that is not the Navicomputer, which exists a little bit forward of here.
Yes. This is
oh, yes.
more interesting to me. So.
I know. So, so you also have
This is
cutting
the dark
tools.
side in Bobkin popping up here.
Gimme.
Yeah.
I want that box.
I want that box. So that's you. Sorbo, I need you to roll another perception check with 2 purple, please.
That's fine. There's no way I'll succeed at this twice in a row. Correct.
Okay. All right. So you don't succeed. You do, however, 2 threats. Let's see.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is what the threats are.
It counts as perception success once I've been shot if I know where the bullets came from.
Yes, exactly. What I will give you is, you feel it's space, although we rarely see this in Star Wars, so you don't hear anything, properly speaking. You feel a little shudder in the deck plates, like something moving. Bobkin, you can now make a perception roll of your own. This is just 1 purple.
1 purple.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, you can both make this with 1 purple now.
1 purple.
Okay. You feel through the deck plates a rhythmic thump, 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 thump.
So something's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell Sorbo, hey, something's coming, and we got to get into this wall, but something's coming.
2 short columns appear and then form up.
Columns?
Yeah. No, columns of.
Oh, geez. That's no good.
Of droids. So,
Does a heavy blaster work on those things or not?
You're going to find out.
This is unfair. We didn't even trip the beam. This is unfair.
You actually did trip
That's
him.
Sorbo in character.
In
This is
character.
unfair. We didn't even trip that.
You didn't trip
This
the,
isn't fair. Now I have to kill droids. Ugh.
you didn't trip the first beam. You tripped the other beam, the one you didn't see.
One we didn't see.
That's the
Okay.
point of making the first invisible layer. So you step over it, step into the
Yeah, right.
Right, exactly.
Uh,
Okay. There we go. Okie doke. So let us begin initiative rolls.
how do I do that?
Okie doke. For initiative rolls, you would roll in this case vigilance. So select vigilance and roll it.
Vigilance?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was cool.
It's
Cool
you're
if
right.
I'm
You're
not
no, you're up.
surprised.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's cool if you're not surprised. I think it's fair to say you're not surprised though.
So
Uh,
cool.
Well,
Sorry, I
cool
thought it
if we've
was-
had chance to prepare.
I thought cool
Vigilance
was the
if we
was.
haven't.
Yeah, you do, actually that's true.
Vigilance is this sort of like,
Let's
crap, we didn't notice that.
Yeah. You know what? It's vigilance. It's vigilance because it's
Vigilance.
yeah. So you guys do
and
vigilance.
this is
Just
just
say
the away
usually.
team, right? Not
Just
everybody
the away.
else.
Just the away team. Yes.
Are we
Okay.
doing purples or just rolling? What are we doing?
You don't do
Just-
any purples.
just
You just
vigilance.
roll the skill.
Roll the skill. All right.
Yep. Okay. So
Hey, Mildred.
all right. So they go first.
That's a weird thing to call a droid.
It's my dumb little cat.
I figured it was a pet, but I had to throw
Yes.
in the like. Bobkin goes into, "Hey, Mildred."
Yes.
Bobkin's having a weird day mentally. That seems like a thing that might come out of him.
Okie doke.
That's his battle cry.
Spoon. Hey, Mildred.
Okie doke. So they are shooting at you, and
Oh,
they go
no.
first.
Yep.
All right. And they're coming around the corner, and they're close, but they're actually they have the same problem with 0G that you do, even though they have magnetized feet. So they fire, and they are going to fire at you, Sorbo, because you are standing right in the middle of the corridor. Well,
Holding a gun.
Yeah.
Yes.
they may end up
correct
shooting at
response.
they may end up shooting at you both, but we'll see. It depends on whether their auto fire works. Okey-doke. Oh wow! Look at that. They totally did not. It totally did not work for them.
I don't. Oh, there. Wait, I see initiative ranged light.
Oh yeah, sorry. Stop initiative rolls. Think. There we go.
Fair.
It
Got
still works though. So they have out of all that, they have 0 successes and 2 advantages. So basically, in that process, what happens is they open fire. So they raise their arms and their wrist blasters open fire. And the way we deal with that is that basically you two are separated. That you Sorbo have to go to the port side, and you're basically leaning up against the side, trying to take semi cover behind the bulkhead there. And
Fair.
Bobkin, you're on the other side. So you two are effectively separated. So that is that. Now, you guys get to so ignore that second NPC. I'll remove that.
That's fine.
That's fine. There we go. So now you guys get to go. Who wants to go in what order? Either one of you want to
Want
go.
to go.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my job.
All right, do your job.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's gonna be just ranged heavy, since that is my weapon of choice. What's my difficulty to hit them?
2.
2.
Because they're
Alright.
close, but you're in 0G, so everything's harder.
Yeah, fair. I need to check something real quick. Yeah, that doesn't help. That doesn't help. I'm firing the ion blaster, the underbarrel ion blaster that I added to this, which is droid adjacent.
Okay.
Basically, all that does is it changes the damage and the crit. It doesn't, and it adds disorient and ion and that sort of stuff. It doesn't do anything different.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So die roll.
Fire away.
All right.
Okay, so 2 successes.
Triumph. What do I spend triumph on in combat? I'm missing that sheet.
Triumph you can spend on a number of things. You can activate a crit with a triumph. You can activate a quality of the weapon, so you could activate auto fire.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could activate auto fire with that.
You could do that.
Yeah, so each time the auto fire is triggered, it deals an additional hit to the target, counts as a second hit from that weapon, and I can walk them to additional targets within the range of the weapon.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah.
Okie doke. So let's see.
That seems great.
So the damage on your weapon is 7, correct? Or is it 8 now?
Currently, because I am shooting droids,
yes.
It is a damage of 10, crit 5, disorient 5, and ion.
Okay, so a damage of 10. So that's good. And you hit twice, so we're gonna say. Okie doke. So, so you open fire, you wound one, and just the first one you, and just it falls down and just drops. The second one is knocked aside a little bit. You kind of knock it off its march, and that kind of slows it slightly. But one of them is knocked down straight away. They do have armor that is significant. So you, not quite like shooting those would-be pirates and bounty hunters on the station. Fine. This is a little bit tougher. They are old B2 battle droids, but they're still B2 battle droids. And Bobkin, you remember these things from the Clone Wars. You didn't face them up close and personal. You were never that far into your training, but you certainly remember seeing polos of them and hearing about them.
So the one that was hit but not taken out.
Yes.
This has disorient 5, so it adds a black die to all skill checks for the next 5 rounds.
Okay. Like. So one is disoriented.
Yeah.
Black. Okay, so got it. So Sorbo, you basically fire away from the side of the corridor. Bobkin, what do you do?
Well, I don't have anything I can do, force-wise. I just have that heavy blaster.
Right.
So
probably your best bet.
Yeah, is it aim for the head, or is
it's aim for anywhere? I mean, it's not,
anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, center
so
mass.
Anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah. So, anyways, aiming for the head could be handled by a critical hit or a triumph, that kind of thing.
But it's not necessary.
It's not necessary. Okay. Yeah, you just fire.
I don't see so good. So
yeah. Let's make it good.
Okay.
So what am I rolling here?
So you are rolling your ranged light with a difficulty of 2 purple.
Ranged light. Oh, there it is. With 2?
Yeah, 2 purple as opposed to you.
All right. Boom.
Okay. So you do.
What that means, but yeah.
It means that you do not manage to actually hurt them, but you do have 3 advantages, which we will say causes them some strain. Basically, I'll say it causes them 2 strain. Except, wait, they don't have strain, so I can't do that. I'll say it's gonna disorient another one. Just basically forces while you're firing, it catches the last of Sorbo's. It kind of gets out of the way of your shot and hits the last shot of Sorbo's salvo. So he's also disoriented. So 2 of them are disoriented. So that's good.
All right.
Okay. So you're both opening fire. They are marching forward, and they will soon be in engaged ranged with you. But this round, they are going to shoot at you again.
Wonderful.
So we're back to the top of the round. All right. Okay, and black die. Okay, and Sorbo, they hit you.
Uh-oh.
That's a thing that happens.
It is a thing that happens. So...
Yep.
So let's see. 2 advantages, not enough to trigger auto fire, which is good for you guys. But it does do 8 damage. I believe you have a soak of 4.
Okay.
He had 5, if I remember correctly.
No, that's Bobkin.
Bobkin has 5.
That's Bobkin. Sorry.
Bobkin has 5.
I got 5. Yeah.
So you have a soak of 4. So that's 4 damage that gets through your armor. and your general
That's going
bulk.
to wound, right?
So that is a wound. So you mark that as as 4 wounds.
I have no idea how to mark wounds.
If
on
you
this
click on
interface.
if you click on your character will appear in the center column, and there's basically 2 little
Oh, there we are.
things that you can mark wounds.
Cool. All right, got it.
And it's just plus and
Oh,
minus.
right. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can mark wounds and strain right there.
Great. Right.
Awesome.
Okay, so they turn to Sorbo and like the blasters fire, and that is what they do.
It's not the first time I've been shot, but it still sucks every time.
Yes.
Like none of this is good.
It never doesn't suck.
No.
Well,
so-
and there's a lot more of them than there are of you.
Yes, there are. You've taken down 1, but there are still 5 of them. So
Damn, we are dead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do other than just keep shooting.
keep
there's
blasting them. I mean, you can, once they get to engaged, you may want to switch to your stun batons.
Well, yeah. It's just I don't have anything I can do to take them out.
I mean, you guys could retreat if you want. You can sort of try to. You can run. That's going to force you back. But you could kind of run and gun and shoot. Kind of.
But
retreat.
I want that box.
I know you want that box. Yeah.
Well, we're not getting anything until these guys are gone.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So all I can think of is to shoot. I don't
Yes.
have anything else.
And I think that's a perfectly reasonable thing to do.
Yeah.
So shoot.
So that's what I'm going to do. But
So shoot away.
I'm going to follow. Servo's the combat dude. So
Yeah. So Sorbo, do you want to go? Do you want to go first? Do you want to take the first slot?
He's got
yeah,
other
I do.
ideas.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
going to
yeah,
be
you
the same
do.
thing again, but
Mhm.
yes,
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I make a out of character suggestion?
Always.
I don't know if this would occur to either of them, so I want to check with you first, Pete.
Okay.
The other option you have is you guys are a bit more maneuverable in these things. You could run for it and then go along the exterior of the ship.
Yeah. We go
I
outside.
think if we knock our numbers down a little bit more, we might try and run for it. But I don't want to give them time to go in and get him placed anywhere while
Okay.
we, get around the outside of the ship. If there's this many of them,
Sure.
No, it's a good idea, Dylan. But yeah.
yeah. So
Shoot him.
do another. We're gonna do another round and then see how this goes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Sorbo,
All right.
you want to open up with your
I
blaster?
do. Same 2 difficulty.
Same 2 difficulty.
No auto fire this time.
No auto fire, but still that does something. And so let's see. So that's you have
It's 10 damage.
10 damage plus
Oh,
2,
10.
so that's 12. They absorb 6 of that, so it's 6.
I'm specifically not shooting at the one I disoriented.
Yes. Okay. So you're not shooting at the wall. There's 2 that's disoriented now. But
Yeah,
you're
I'm trying to spread this damage out as much
Okay.
as possible.
so you basically you shoot at the ones on the other side, like just trying to pepper the whole group a little bit, and it you definitely knock them around a little bit. But I mean, they're armored droids. Like you watch the blasters go dink dink dink, and some of them contact and some of them don't. So that's what you do, and then Bobkin, I assume you again are also going to shoot with your heavy blaster pistol.
I want
range
you
light.
shooting people that I have damaged. I
Yes.
want me shooting new targets.
Yes. So yes,
Okay.
ranged light.
How many purples?
2 purple. In
2.
opposition. Yeah.
And I'm all right. Let's see what happens.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay, so 4 successes, 2 threats. Let's see. I'm gonna say. All right. Let's see. I want to do that. So 4 successes is definitely good. So that's 7, 4, 11. So that should take a couple of them out. Yeah. Right. All right. So that's cut down their numbers a little bit. There we go. So now there's 4 standing. You basically you shot one of the ones that Sorbo had already wounded, and that worked. However, there's 2 threats, which means that as you do that, you shoot one, and another one kind of rushes forward and comes at you with its armored fist, and is now kind of blocking your way. So now you will not be able to necessarily shoot anything else because it's blocking your way and you're engaged with it. So that's going to be.
So now it's hand to hand. Okay.
Now it's going to be hand to hand. So
Alright.
now we are back to indeed their first position, and indeed that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to, or at least the one in ahead of you. And remember that these guys attack as a group because they're minions. But
Right.
they're in this particular one. They are going to focus on you. Battle droids, thank you very much. Okay. Brawl. All right, so they're gonna brawl you. Whackety whack. Okay,
Ooh.
not good. Not good. So
Uh-oh.
one of them comes in and just wails on you with his huge armored fist.
Oh,
And it makes contact. Let's see. That is, what is their value? It is. So 2 damage. Wait, is it 2 or is it? No, pardon me. 2 plus. No, pardon me. 5 damage gets through. So 5 damage gets through. Plus, we have to take a trip to the critical hit table.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Price is Right music playing.
Yes. All right, so let's take a quick trip to the critical. All right.
All I hear is the sad trombone.
Mhm.
I'm going to play a hammerhead accountant next time.
Yes. All right. Yes. It's completely different character. All right. So let me just. Let me just pull up that critical hit table and tell you what you've got. And see that in a second. Should be over here. All right. So with my roll on the critical hit table, you have a discouraging wound.
Discouraging wound.
A discouraging wound.
I'm discouraged by that.
Yes, you are indeed. You are indeed discouraged. It's still an easy wound, but it is. It's what basically it means is that I get another black die, which I will do right now. Which I have.
Pete.
Yes.
It only now occurs to me that if we're in engaged range, that means that before when we were shooting, we were at short range.
Yes. Correct.
I do 1 extra damage at short range and engaged range.
Okay.
So
Well, good.
To all of your stuff, that's
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
I'll
got
just
point blank,
I'll just add 2 damage.
Yeah.
There we go. Good. Well, you just managed to drop one of them, and delayed effect kind of like I don't feel so good. It just dropped.
Cool. The droid stops and was like, oh, that was worse than I thought.
All right, so you have cut their numbers in half, but Sorbo, you see Bobkin basically just get clocked right in the faceplate.
Yeah.
And the faceplate,
oil everywhere.
the faceplate doesn't crack or anything, but it definitely kind of scuffs, and there's just like little spider webs that, around the edge of it, and Bobkin's just like, ugh. And so the discouragement, Bobkin, is basically there's just like it's not your faceplate isn't cracked, but you're in frickin' space, and there's damage to your faceplate and your space.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
You
discouraging.
get to see the little
That's
frost start
discouraging.
to grow. Yeah.
Right.
So that's their attack. Sorbo, what do you do in response? Or Bobkin, if you want to take the first one now. That's fine too.
Do you like how bad off do you feel like you are right now?
Well, obviously I'm going to whack this guy, you know.
Well, I mean, is
You
it
know?
that or do we run?
Not bad off enough to stop
You
punching
should,
him in the
How
foot.
many are still standing?
Bobkin, you should count up your wounds. You have 5 wounds.
I have 5. Okay, so I got to
Yeah.
click.
So just click on the wounds. Just keep clicking plus until you get to 5.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh wow.
5 out of how many?
13.
Out of 13.
All right.
Yeah.
I think clobbering this guy and then running
Mhm.
is appropriate.
Okay.
Okay.
So you tell me. Does that mean I can draw my stun clubs or
You can draw your stun clubs. That's a maneuver. So you can draw your.
Okay.
And by the way, in all this, I've been ignoring maneuvers. You guys can totally do maneuvers if you want. So keep that in
All right.
mind. That's
So
a
is that
possibility.
brawl or what is that?
That is melee. Melee is what.
Melee. That's the word. Melee is way better than brawl.
Yes. Yeah. That's the one you actually trained in.
Just in general.
Yes.
All right. How many difficulties?
This is 2 difficulty. Engaged is always 2 difficulty.
2 purples.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Anything else?
And I think. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I apologize. It's 3 difficulty because you're
3.
in space. Yeah.
Okay. So 3 purples.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
That's it. 3 purples.
Okay. Let's see what the hell happens.
You managed to get
Okay.
2 successes and 3 threats. Okay. So,
Why did you headbutt him back and just crack the glass some more?
well, that's what I'm saying is that basically the 2 successes are you kind of like you pull the stun clubs and whack, 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 and whack him, and then as you do, you just see a little spurt of mist and air come out of your helmet. It's like, oh, there is a little bit leaking out.
It's not good.
So that's the threats. And what that does is that causes 1 strain for you. So you
Strain,
cause so mark a strain that you just
Strain.
cause some strain on you.
Mhm.
And then so then your damage was 2 successes. I believe your clubs do so they're +3 and it's a 6 and it's 8. All right, so bonk. Okay, so you do connect, but the thing is, you're hitting metal. It's like these things are armored, and they were designed to be. They were designed to fight clone troopers and Jedi. They're tough, and so you do make contact, but it is not like hitting a person. So you don't feel you did a ton of damage, considering their armor. So you just whack, 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 and just kind of dink, dink, and it just keeps coming at you. Sorbo, what are you going to do?
Well, when I see that, it is obvious that Bobkin is not going to be able to hold his own in this part of combat.
Nope.
So I'm going to yell for him to fall back. And then, now that you've reminded me of maneuvers, I'm going to take an aimed shot.
Okay. Yes, indeed. Take an aimed shot.
Yes. Am I in engaged range?
You are in engaged range with them. Everybody's engaged at this point.
Normally, that would add 2 difficulty to my attacks for
Right.
using ranged heavy in engaged.
Yes.
But since I added a forearm grip, it only adds 1.
There you go.
Yeah. It's
so
still bad.
It's still bad. So it's still I think that still comes out to 3.
Yeah, it's 3 instead of 4.
It's 3 instead of 4, right? So 3 instead of 4. However, you aimed, so you get a blue die.
Yes.
All right. So fire away, sir.
Oh, I should have been confident. I'm fine.
There you go. 2 successes, 1 threat.
I'm shooting at the one that is attacking Bobkin.
Okay. You're shooting at the one that's attacking Bobkin, which is great. Which is the one threat I will say just comes in the form of the when you see Bobkin kind of whack it and nothing happens, and you see the little spurt come out of his helmet.
Yeah,
that stresses you out, so you take a strain.
Yeah, no, this is very much the reason I am telling him to just GTFO. Is that
right?
Please do not take another hit to the face.
However, when you see him fall back and you fire, that takes out that battle droid. So now there are only 2 left.
Good. He's still telling you to fall back.
Yeah. Totally listening.
So Bobkin, you basically in your suit in it is your awkward spacesuit you're making your way retreating basically with guarded still with the stun clubs in front of you, but moving backwards, and then they are going to fire, but I think they're going to fire at Sorbo now again.
I am the dangerous one.
He's the guy. It's like tactical evaluation. This is the one that's actually killing us. We're gonna shoot him.
They watched you bounce a club off of light armor a couple of times, and they're like, he's fine. We'll deal with him second.
Yeah. We'll swat him later. Yeah.
The advantage is that as their numbers drop, they get far less effective at what they're doing. So that's what's happening.
Only hope.
Yeah. So they are going to punch you, Sorbo.
Better than being shot. I'll take it.
All right.
It's much better than being shot.
Oh my! Oh, just the 2 of them, but they do manage to pummel you. So they hit you with big
sucks. But bar brawls are way better than getting shot.
They hit you with big armored fists. So let me see. So that does 9 damage before your soak.
So 4 more. No, 5 more.
5 more, yes. So you take 5 more damage. So it hurts.
Right. It does.
I'm also going to say that it has 2 threats, so now your faceplate is partially cracked.
Cool.
Need some duct tape.
You do need some duct tape. Sadly, you didn't put that on the equipment request form.
I thought that was understood. Duct tape is always
there's
understood.
Always duct tape,
I
isn't
would
there?
like to apologize in this moment for splitting the party and then having combat.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
So there is that. So now that is them. So now you two can go again. Sorbo, you are still engaged. Bobkin, you're moving back this round. So if you continue to move back, that will, that's your move. Is basically you're moving back to short range. You're falling
Oh,
back.
so I shouldn't shoot.
Can he move back and fire or no?
That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
Probably.
You
do
can
2 maneuvers in a turn.
I think it's well, no, you get 1 maneuver in a turn unless you use strain. You could you could spend strain to move back and fire.
Okay.
I thought you get 2 maneuvers in a turn because
No, you
firing a weapon is a maneuver.
No, firing weapons in action. Maneuvers.
Oh,
actions.
sorry.
The way
you're
way
right,
it works
you're
is
right.
you get 1 maneuver and 1 action, unless you
okay.
sacrifice your action for a second maneuver, or you spend strain to do a second maneuver.
Okay.
So
All right. So I can shoot.
you can shoot just if you want to pull to basically move back and pull your pistol and shoot. You're going to cost you another strain. So mark another strain because this is all tough to do.
All right. So range. Do I do
Range light. Range light.
Range light
with
at a strain.
At a strain, right? And you're at short range, but I'm going to say it's 3 purple.
3.
No, pardon me, 2. It's 2 purple because you're at short.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see, man. Let's see what happens.
1 failure, straight up failure. Okay,
Damn.
so it goes somewhere.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Okay. Alrighty. So that is you, and now Sorbo, you can go.
Is it an action or a maneuver to use a stim pack?
Ooh.
It is, I believe, I'm going to say it's a maneuver to use a stim pack.
Okay. That's probably something I'd like to do.
Okay.
And then also shoot, because the best defense is melting them into slag.
Alrighty.
First stim pack heals how much?
It heals
5?
5, I believe.
All right.
Oh, damn.
I will alert you that. Let me just double check that it's.
Oh yeah. Let me know if there's a penalty for doing this or something I should be aware of.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna say it looks. Yeah, it's interact with the environment. Yeah, I think that's. We're gonna call it a maneuver to use a stim pack. Yes. Okay.
All right. So stim pack and fire, not aiming, obviously.
Right. Exactly. So it heals 5 wounds. The one I will want to make you aware of the house rule which is basically that the stim pack healing is somewhat temporary. So when it wears off, you're gonna take the wounds again. It won't necessarily kill you, but you could pass out. So that's an important distinction. So
Question.
Yeah.
Has Andrew noticed what's going on with those 2?
He is at this point probably aware of the combat. Yes.
Okay.
But I don't know if there's much he can do.
He is not to come in and rescue us unless we are unconscious. And at that point, he probably shouldn't come in and rescue us.
Yeah, I just wanted to know how looped in he was for like, get out and get on the ship, get out kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm still at engaged range.
Yes, you were still in engaged range, so yes.
Man,
0 successes.
Why you gotta play me like that? That's fine.
0 successes.
That's fine. As long as they're engaged with me, it means Bobkin can get further away.
Okay. Yes. So, Bobkin, you did your thing.
Yep.
I am going to flip a die back to white and use that when they attack.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's not coming. I was like, oh, we're getting down on the light side points.
Yep. Okie doke. So, brawling. They are continuing to pummel you, Sorbo. They're going to just keep punching you.
Okay.
All right. Go. Go. Oh, look at that! They didn't. Oh wait, well, it's still a 0 because they countered it, but they don't have a success. So basically nothing happens other than
I'm blocking with the gun and with
Yeah.
dodging and with
Yeah.
It's terrible.
other than one threat for them, which I'm just going to count as basically in the process. Like one of them kind of like trips aside and kind of gets his foot stuck in the deck plate, so he can't actually move for the next round. So he's stuck. So that's what they do. So we're right back around. Bobkin, you are removed. Do you want to go, or Sorbo, do you want to return fire or punch them or something? Who wants to go first? It's a very small group, so
You
it
should
goes.
go first.
The rounds go around real fast.
Have we damaged either of these two?
It's a pool. It's a pool.
Oh,
So
okay, fair enough.
they've taken a lot of damage. You need to do basically about 10 points of damage total. Get past their soak, which is impressive.
Okay.
But you need 10 points of damage to get through their soak. To down
Okay.
these two.
Oh man. Yeah, Bobkin, can you go first?
Yeah, I can. We got to kill these guys because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just keep chasing us.
Yeah.
I want to shoot them without shooting him.
That's fine.
Yes, you can. You can shoot them. You know what? That threat from last time means that you can shoot at least one of them without shooting him, because that one has its foot stuck in the deck plate. So that gives you a clear shot. So I'm not going to give you a black die. You just can. You are going to have 2 purple.
2 purple.
Yeah, and it's ranged light.
Ranged light. Boom, boom. Roll. Let's see what happens.
It is not
Oh,
successful. It is a failure.
Damn it.
So you draw and you like aim and you shoot at him. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you didn't. You had a chance to aim this time. Let's see. We can. You know
You
what?
wanna roll blue die to see.
Yeah,
well,
just
no,
roll.
best you can get a 0.
Best you can get a 0. Exactly right. So it's not
Because
worth
blue
it.
die doesn't have 2 successes on it, or does it?
I don't think it does. Let's see here. No, it's
I don't
nothing.
know where my dice are.
It's nothing. That's ignore that. That's my mistake. I had them. But yeah, so there's nothing on there. So that doesn't affect the outcome. So Sorbo, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Quick question for the comedy answer. Do droids count as a device in terms of my ability to make a device spontaneously fail
No.
through the use of a mechanics?
No.
Okay, just
do
checking.
not.
Just
They do
checking.
not. Be a very powerful
There
ability
are
if it
lots
did.
of shots in movies where the droid does something comedically and fails, and I was curious if I could set that up.
Yes, no, there needs to, because and I will say specifically no, because there are other talents in the game that kind of do something like that. So it
okay, fair.
Can't count for that. Like droid tends
All
to get stuff
right,
like
I
that.
guess I'll just shoot them in the face. That's
Okay.
fine. I'm aiming as well because I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have any better options, and I would really like them to be dead.
Yes.
How much damage have you done to them?
A ton.
All of it, I think, but not this time.
Done about 26 points of damage past their. We've done a lot more damage than that, but just their soak is insane.
Yeah, it turns out that 1.5 prepared combatants, since Bobkin is a combatant but not prepared for this kind of fight, cannot take on 2 full columns of armor.
Yes, indeed, that is what it is. So they are going to do what they've been doing, which is punching the poor Sorbo.
Fine, it's my job. Although I might revise the plan a little bit next turn.
Okay. I am going to burn another. I'm going to burn another destiny die.
Cool.
Which means one
Feel
success.
free to use some of those back too, guys, if you need to get out of there.
So it means one success because
I cancel a failure.
Ah, fair, because you cancel a failure. Got
yes. It. So that is a success, and that is to you. One success. So that is.
I need to stop failing rolls because this combat is taking too long.
So
yeah, right.
Yeah, so
yeah.
so
Not 'cause I
3.
wanna
Yeah.
live, but just because I want to flip back to the other 3.
I know. So yes. So yeah. Sorry. Sometimes the combats do this. So
Yeah.
that is 3 damage.
That's all right.
That's 3 damage that gets through your soak.
All right,
I'm
fine.
just watching to see how upset Lane is going to be when you come back like absolutely near death.
Yes.
It's fine. It's fine.
So they keep pounding you, just pounding on you.
Cool.
It's pounding generally on your spacesuit this time.
But there's only 2 of them left.
There's only 2 of them left. I'm going to say that the 2 advantages means that they've now got you on both sides. That now that
Me on both sides?
They've got so basically they're pounding you from both sides of you.
Cool.
So you're basically they're pounding you against the wall essentially.
Cool.
But you can go or Bobkin can go. Who wants to go first?
I have a new plan for Bobkin.
Okay.
Because it appears that Bobkin's weapon is not particularly suited for this.
No.
So my suggestion is, I've got them distracted. Bobkin, you are a computer toucher. Go and find the core that we need.
Okay.
Yeah.
You dirty, dirty computer toucher.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
If you can like keep going that direction, I will handle these.
You'll figure this out.
Yes. Okay. Now, if you would like to, to shoot at them as you are leaving, that's fine.
If I'm allowed to do such a thing.
I want us to succeed at this more
I
than
hear
I
you.
want me to not blow
And
up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah.
So Pete, can I shoot as I run by?
Yeah, so you can run by, which means you can't aim because you're running by.
Right.
But you can run by and just shoot. Try to shoot one of them as you go.
All right.
So
I am coming back for that box, but
yes,
it makes sense.
Right.
That makes,
so I'm going to say
a whole lot of sense.
that's 3 purple.
3 purple. Okay.
Yes, because
range. That's what I'm looking for. Range light.
Yeah.
3 purple. Boom, boom, boom. Don't shoot your friend. And let's see.
2 successes, 1 threat.
Hey.
You didn't shoot me.
Yeah.
I didn't
proud.
shoot you. I am going to say that you take a strain because of that 1 threat. Because again, this is just
strain. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is mark a strain.
Yep,
Because this is all very difficult to do. Fighting in 0G is tough.
Yeah.
But you do shoot one of them with that, and let's see. So that's 7, 2, 9. So that's 3. Where's that? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you definitely hurt one of them as you go by. Just bing,
At
bing.
least there's that.
Didn't knock him down, but he's hurt. Now, Sorbo, what will you do?
I mean, I'm going to do the same thing I have been doing, which is try and cut them in half with a gun.
Yes. Okay. So just at point blank range, you just.
Yeah. My goal is to. I'm keeping them busy. That's great. I would love for them to be dead. So
okay, try it
cross
again.
Fingers. Oh, it's better than it was.
It is better than it was. That might just do it. So let's see.
Not enough advantage to activate point blank.
Oh.
You had that moment where you were like, wait a second, you there getting your ass kicked. Go get the thing we're after.
Yeah, go get the thing we're after. While I do this. So let's see. That's 13.
Cool.
It occurs to me that none of them have been using the black dice for being disoriented, but
They I thought that lasted only a couple rounds.
5 rounds.
Oh, 5 rounds. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
It probably would not have made much difference this fight.
Probably would not have made much difference. Yeah, but yeah, that's I need to have a better way of noting
Is there
that.
a way for you to mark debuffs?
Unfortunately, there isn't a way to mark debuffs permanently on
in
here
RPG
yet.
sessions.
In RPG sessions, yeah, there's a way.
What's a
it's
debuff?
just a debuff.
Things like being disoriented or stunned or whatever,
Yeah.
something that gives you a penalty in combat.
Yeah. So yeah, I mark it on a piece of paper right now. It is something that RPG sessions definitely is working on that they want to add. They just haven't been able to do it yet. So I just
It's
I
a
need
hard
to.
thing. Like that's a complex piece of that. This is like just on demand, and
Because,
if you put in a debuff, it has to have you have to have every.
Right.
You either have to leave it so that people can put in all the variables, or you have to have everything programmed of what the different debuffs do.
Right. You have to kind of put it. It has to be on an individual. How long does it last? What does it apply to? That's a lot.
Yeah.
So it's something they're going to try to do, but it's hopefully at some point. Anyway, I'll do a favor for you. I'll put a black die on the next one.
Excellent.
We'll just do that. So in any case, we're down to 1 now. You drop one of them, just fire straight into his abdomen, and
grab gun, stick it into the stomach of one, pin him against a wall, fire a few times. Would you just go get the thing? Like,
yeah, exactly. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Do the damn job.
Yes. Complete
Go
the
get
mission.
thing.
Complete the mission.
Go get the thing.
Okay. So, all right then. So that is Sorbo, and Bobkin, and then I believe we're going back to the top of the order.
Yeah.
So I missed my mark. All right, so the one that is left will punch you one more time, but he is a lonely single droid now. Only single battle droid, so he's going to shoot at you, and he has 3 failures. He completes. So basically, he comes in like it was last ditch effort, just like a droid, just like
turn around, like
Yeah.
blood dripping down the inside of the helmet, just
Yeah.
stare at it.
and he just punches the bulkhead and kind of turns to indicate you. Do you want to go again, Sorbo? Well, Bob-
Yeah, I think I do. Just to try
Okay.
and finish this out.
yes.
Yeah, kill it.
All right. I wish it saved the last roll. I mean, I realize it doesn't because there's usually such a variable, but all I've been doing is
If you
Those are black
click on the
dice.
roll, it
Yeah.
will load it in there. Like if you click on the
Oh.
results from
oh,
before.
that's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
On this, the last round of combat, I have learned a new thing.
Oh,
Nice.
now we get a triumph. Now.
Yes.
Yes.
He's just got to make the dramatic
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
gotta look cool.
Yeah,
That's-
it's got to have the fight scene.
That drops the last one. He drops. They're done. They are all done. And Bobkin, you have you rush past and actually get to you're facing the computer, the cabinet where the computer core is, where the nav computer is, just as you feel the last battle droid clank against the deck
Oh, yeah.
plate.
Yeah.
Sorbo's
And in
there.
your communicator, you
Yeah.
will hear, "I will get your stupid picnic basket."
Outstanding. Outstanding.
It's
Let's
much
get
smaller than a
that
picnic
core.
basket, by the way. It's only like
Let's
that big.
get that
Okay.
core.
Fine.
Okay, so
Jewelry
Bobkin,
box.
I will get back to you other guys, but Bobkin, I would like you to roll computers or mechanic will work here, but I need you to roll it with
Computers?
computers will work here with 2 difficulty, please.
2. Okay.
2 purple.
You guys have been real cool, not complaining about our
Indeed.
monopolizing the.
Oh, look at that.
All right, look at that. Click, click, click,
Pretty
click.
damn good.
Here it is. You just pull it out. This cubicle thing with just like a lot of this inputs in different directions. Looks nothing like the computer cores that you guys use these days,
Yeah.
but you can't really I don't know if I could interface with this, but I figured out how to remove. It's like there's a certain logic to it. Just
Yeah.
here's how it fits in. Unscrew this, move this, done. You've got it.
Can
And
I roll?
it looks
Go ahead.
intact. It looks intact. That's the other thing.
Good. Can I do a perception and see if there's anything else that
You
is
absolutely
interesting?
you absolutely can do a perception.
How many difficulty?
I would say, I don't have a gen. I'd say just 2. Let's just do 2.
Two purples.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just see. I mean, we're here, right? Don't even really know what I'm looking for, but
Okay.
3 successes.
So 3
1 threat.
successes and 1 threat. You see a couple things. One, you see the sensor that you guys tripped on the way in, that
Yeah.
you did not see before. You also see in here there is a box, like an armored box, that has the doors open. You can only assume that the 2 armored boxes. Pardon me. This is where you can only assume this is where the battle droids came out of. They were literally
Oh.
stacked in there. And the doors on those are open, and on the top of both of them are little units with transceivers and antenna, and they're blinking. They're blinking red.
Oh, great. So they know we're here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's important for us to know that.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Okay. So there is that, and then Sorbo, because I'm gonna forget it if we do it later. Can you just real quick try to get that? Just roll me a mechanics roll.
Yeah,
to
I
get
was going to
that thing.
say just like what a simple mechanics roll. to
Simple
try and
mechanics
cut
roll,
enough
yeah.
of this out of the way.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes.
What's my difficulty?
1.
Awesome. And 1
success. There you go. It's what you need.
Barely.
It's what. It's 1 success.
Sometimes
That's
it's all you need.
All you
Yeah.
need.
Oh,
So
I'm just going to dictate one last scene before
Yeah.
we cut back to the rest of them, which is that Bobkin has the computer core, and Sorbo has this wooden box now that he's cut enough stuff out that he can get his arm in and grab it, and he is dragging a pair of the droids.
Mhm.
Oh.
Okay.
Because this is ion weaponry,
Yep.
and I've been shot several times, and we are getting paid for that.
Yes. Okay. So you're gonna drag a couple of droids with you. All right.
Yes, they are salvage.
You do not believe you see anything else of value of this thing. It's obviously been picked
No,
over.
we've overstayed our welcome by like
Yeah.
a while. I am assuming that no matter how well the negotiations are going on the other side of things,
It's time to
we
go.
should
It's time to go.
Yes.
Yes.
It's time
So
to go.
Now
speaking
we
of
want to
that,
cut to the negotiations going very well.
speaking
Very
of
well.
that, in all this time, Tom, Zag, Lena, there's you do have some time in between what they were doing and all the stuff you've been doing, where you have time to consider what you would like to do or say next. Have you had any other? Is there any other stuff you would like to try or do? Right now, the two of you are in a compartment on a freighter, with Doluuna and these other droids. What do you want to do?
I want to take a look around the room and see if I can hopefully see any like flaws in their security or anything, that I can kind of expose as information.
Or skullduggery.
Skullduggery is probably the skill that you want here.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, you're good at that, right?
Yeah, I get a minus a black die, but I only have 3 green.
Oh.
So, I mean, I'm not the best, but I'm not the worst.
Okay. Well,
what's the...
well, actually, you know what? I'm going to take that back. Perception is what you want to do first. Skullduggery is the one that you use to actually do anything about it.
Oh.
So let's do a perception roll with let's say 2 difficulty, because there are droids watching you and Doluuna is occasionally watching you.
There you go. 2 success, 1 advantage.
Okay, so 2 success, 1 advantage. So what do you know? You know that you are in the crew compartment, or the common compartment of a YT-1000 freighter. Not that different from a YT-1300, which we all know as the Falcon. So it's a roughly similar layout. It's a little bit different, but it's the same kind of ship. So what do you know about this ship? Well, you know that from this crew compartment, you know that the door is closed behind you, so you cannot go down the exit ramp. That is closed. Yeah. You know that there is if you go down that corridor, if you could get behind him, you go down that corridor, you would head up potentially toward the bridge and potentially toward the crew compartments, which should be in that way. You think there's also should be some kind of a well with a service well, which may or may not lead to like turrets or service compartments, things of that nature. There is crew space below the deck plates, so there's space below this compartment where there is machinery and whatnot. There's also like a little equipment closet like off to the side, off to his if you look to the left of him, like kind of off camera there, but there's a little turning corridor that kind of goes back to the side. It's a narrow fit, and you can't exactly see what's down there, but that is also kind of a way potentially out of this room, at least out of the line of fire if fire starts.
Okay.
So that's what you perceive. I will also say that 1 advantage, with that 1 advantage, you can tell that you get the sense that with that perception that every once in a while Doluuna looks around and you see his implant like flash a little bit and things happen in the compartment. Like computers turn on or off. He's got some kind of deep brain interface. It's not just an eye.
The thing.
The thing that's on his head.
Got it.
It is his eye. So he has.
I wanted to do something similar to that. While he was looking around, I wanted to get a kind of a deep read on Doluuna, see what I could pick up about him, just from body language and all of that.
He is. I mean, Hutts, so you have the ability to at least do that. He definitely keeps looking over towards you, and every once in a while he'll look toward his drones, and they will change position periodically.
Yeah.
He definitely has some kind of pipeweed addiction, because he's just, or some kind of, not spice, but he's puffing on something on that mechanical pipe of his vape pen. So he's definitely he chomps on the vape pen almost pathologically.
Notes that he could bond over drug use.
Yes, there you go.
Um,
He's actually quite deft on the controls of the computer console that he's working on. Like he's just very his fingers are are very assured, and despite appearances, actually is quite deft when
Yeah.
using those controls.
how strong does he look? I mean, I know he's a Hutt, he's big and everything, but like,
Put a chick in a bikini, like choke him out with a chain.
If only you had a
Either
chicken in a
you bring
bikini. Yes, exactly.
Zag's in the
does
middle.
he
of
look
putting
like a
flavor
brawler?
on
Is what I'm asking.
He doesn't look like he spends a lot of time in working out. He does have the bulk and strength of a Hutt. I mean that
Yeah.
is definitely true.
Sure.
So he's he's not necessarily a brawler. I mean, punching him, it would be hard to see where one would punch him to actually do damage.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Um,
But
That's a lot of flesh.
So
are
he's
there any tools lying around?
there are some boxes that are open with some various tools, spanners, that kind of
Okay.
thing.
Sure.
Some of those could
Okay.
potentially be improvised weapons. Some of them are fairly big. There's some big wrenches and stuff in there.
Okay.
Are you suggesting we kill a Hutt?
I'm not suggesting it out loud. No.
Okay.
But it's never a bad idea.
Thinking it real
Come
hard.
back from that computer console that he's because he's
Mhm.
trying to get somebody to confirm that Andros.
That's a good point. He sent a message. He sent a holo message. You heard him do it. And he is waiting for a reply at this point.
Okay.
So they heard him do it. Zag messaged Lena to say, "Get a hold of so and so." Did you? It was get a hold of your girlfriend and say that.
No, he didn't.
Don't.
Oh,
really
yeah.
try-
That is what he suggested. Yeah.
Not all.
No. It's just have somebody vouch that they took the bounty.
Okay. So in that message you did express that it was have somebody say they got he was turned in. Before you give the answer and I'll let you guys finish what you're doing before it comes back to that. But before you give the answer from the Hutt, I want to try and see if Lena could get something out or could mess with his
Communication.
Yeah. Especially if Lodic is willing to do something like cooperate, like, hey, let me take a picture of you looking like you were caught.
Okay.
Hey, you'll forgive me. I have to tie you up in ropes real quick. Hold on.
We have a bikini.
He's only tied from the knees down. Here, you tie the top part.
So okay, that's a lot of stuff. Getting out a message.
I just wanted to sneak that in before the
o-
Hutt answered.
The
'cause
only
I
way
figured-
to maybe stop him. Let's take him in reverse order. The only way to stop him from sending out something would be to jam him.
I don't want to stop him from sending it out. I'm just hoping to get either somebody to send an answer to actually do what Zag asked, which is vouch for them, or send a response that gets there first, so that when he gets the answers of like, no, I didn't get the bounty or whatever, that it looks like, oh, it's because someone else got it.
It's a possibility. The problem that you have is, well, you know what? You can contact Cabarro. Contact him. Go ahead and do it. And we'll have the conversation.
Cabarro's the guy that originally hired us?
Cabarro's the guy that originally hired you. That was the one that Lodicom suggested.
Okay.
Let's put it this way. You're much better off trying to contact Cabarro, as per Lodicom said, than you are trying to contact...
Than my untrained computer skills trying to get in and fake a message from somewhere.
Or trying to contact Dranawan, because, like, just sheer distance, the reply is going to be longer. So
yeah,
sorry,
you don't want to contact Batu. You want to contact somebody close. Vergasso Station is much closer.
What do you need for me to try and get hey dude, do us a solid, say that you got the
we're just gonna have the conversation. So I'm gonna say that Why don't we burn? If I think just to assure that you get it. Why don't we burn? If it's okay, but let's burn a light side.
Burn a light side.
Okay.
I would rather that than them try to get or end up in a combat with a hut.
Yes.
Well, I do want to try something else before that, but do this first.
Okay, let's do this first.
Okay.
So we burn the light side, and says you basically Kabaro is available. So you contact him. He appears on the holo and says, "Lena, I didn't expect to hear from you again so soon. How are things going in the relic hunter business?"
I mean, probably status quo. We're in a little bit of a situation and we need a solid.
Okay. Well, I'm always open to help my friends. Tell me what you need.
We just need you to say that we turned in Andro and Lodicum.
For me to say it.
Well, I mean, you could have anybody say it. I just need someone to say it.
I mean, I would prefer not to say it because I've been known to work with them, so that would not be good for my reputation if it was said that I turned them in.
But also you heard they got captured.
You realize though that I can say something, but I might be able to arrange someone to say something to put a rumor out there, but anybody who wants to know will just check with the Bounty Guild. And if the bounty's not turned in,
Yeah.
they're going to see through that pretty quickly. It would help if you could get whoever it is you want to contact this person directly, or have them contact this person directly. Who are we trying to convince here?
Big dude kind of doesn't like them. I don't remember the guy's name.
You're gonna have to Doluuna.
Doluuna the Hutt.
Yeah.
So you're gonna tell him it's Doluuna the Hutt?
Yeah.
You see his face kind of go a little ashen.
I mean, see why we need the solid?
Are you near or with him? Are you around him right now?
Me? No. Other members of my party? We sent the ones that were better at lying than me.
I do like that Lena considers through two bulkheads to be, I'm not near him.
Yes.
I mean, I'm on his ship with a tractor beam.
We're not in the same room.
But I'm like in the same
He can't
room.
reach me, you know.
Yeah, no, he can't touch me.
Yeah.
There's at least 2 party members he has to go
I
through.
can't see him, therefore he doesn't exist. Object permanence, not Lena's strong suit.
No. Yeah, no. Just...
Yeah, I don't know, Lena. I don't think that's gonna work. I mean, if he's a Hutt, I know a little bit about this Hutt. I know he has contacts. Anything that he's gonna go straight to the Bounty Guild.
Yeah, you're probably right on that one. Ooh, it's his family that wants him. They wouldn't necessarily report that to the guild that they got a bounty for him, right?
Right. I don't know. I didn't know anything about who hired who here.
Surprise.
Although I should tell you that there were some people throwing a lot of money around the station looking for information about you all some time ago.
I wish I could tell you I was surprised about that.
Damn Aqua. Shouldn't have let him live.
Guys like royalty and they're mad.
All right. I don't know what I can do to help you about with any of this, Lena. I can. What is the situation right now?
Okay, so I'm on the ship. I'm pretty sure I can get out, but 2 of our party members. Do you remember sorry, you have to remember the race because I want to call him Bobkin. Bothan?
Bothan, yeah.
You remember the Bothan and the guy that was good at manipulating people?
Drinking.
They're in there
Tom.
trying to talk to the Hutt. I got a message that really sounds like it's not going well. Oh, also, while they're distracting him, we're trying to steal his stuff.
He's just, his eyes go wide again. What?
But we need it, and he's not even using it.
But we want it.
It's a need.
No, sir, I want it more. I telling them that you've collected on the bounty is not going to work. You need to tell them.
Can we try dead?
Well, if we had set something up ahead of time, I might have been able to do that. Yes. But I don't know what I can do right now. I can contact the Bounty Guild. I could have someone contact the Bounty Guild and say that they turned up dead. That I heard they turned up dead. But look, that again puts me, if they find out that's not true, that then puts me on the bad side of the Bounty Guild, which I...
Is there anything from this hut that you want us to grab on the way out?
I will be happy if you keep your skins intact and can come back to the club someday and tell me the story.
Deal.
Grab him a keychain on the way out.
If there's any information I can provide, or if you have a little more lead time, maybe I could help you. But that's...
I kind of thought the lion guy was better.
Lena, if you hear shooting, I would advise you to try to get that ship out of there as quickly as possible. That's all I'm going to say. All right.
It's not that the lion guy wasn't better. It's that we expected the hut to be worse.
Yes.
That's fair. She doesn't actually know.
I got a triumph.
how it played out.
Yeah, you were fine. Your role was great.
She actually just assumed the lie didn't go well.
You didn't fail 3 combat rolls and get shot in the face twice. No.
And
It's like
she
punching
not
doesn't
yet.
know that yet.
Yeah.
Oh, the night is young.
But yes, I would like to try something else first while we're waiting for a reply.
Okay.
Peer pressure.
I know I sent him a response right when he sent it and she had an idea of like pull the thing on the way back. Do I have a chance to get him another comm message before the hut comes back and talks to them?
Well, the hut hasn't left. The hut's still in the room with us.
Hut's still in the room.
Yeah.
He is right there with
He's doing stuff at his computer before he turns around and is like, you guys lied to me.
Yeah.
Do I have a chance to get another comm message to Zag?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so then that one goes, if he catches you in the lie, say they're dead.
And then Tom had an idea.
All right, so Tom, what's your idea?
While we're waiting, I'm going to look at the hut's pipeweed a couple times and say, I always heard huts were tougher than that. I didn't know you wasted your time on weak-ass shit like pipeweed.
Oh my god.
You don't
You're so dead. I know I don't know.
You know, I'm just a human, but I like something a little kick, like a death stick. You ever tried death sticks? I'm trying to really put the. I'm really trying to shame him here for being, so weak.
Real quick, Tom, are you responding in common? Is the hut understanding common, or are you talking in hut?
Talking in hut.
I think for this, trying to embarrass and shame him, this would definitely be in Hutties.
Okay.
Okay. So are you going to give me a roll?
Yeah. I think.
What do I roll for jerk comment?
Yeah.
Actually, that's his power, isn't it?
Yeah, that is literally my power.
He does strain with this kind of stuff.
That's true. I'm gonna try that. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with the
scathing tirade.
Yeah. Okay. Any purples?
Scathing tirade against him. I'm gonna say this isn't in combat. I'm gonna say that this is an opposed roll because it's out of combat. A little bit of a stretch for the rules, but it just makes sense.
Okay.
How much does he care about this?
I'm not gonna spend a light side on this, but I will spend them later.
Okay.
Okay. Come on.
Okie doke.
God damn it.
Okie doke. So, so you try it, and he kind of looks at you, and kind of slides over to you, and takes a deep whiff off his pen.
Oh,
And
right in the face.
And that is, let's see. Well, you did get 5 advantages.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to say that
He's still perturbed, huh?
yeah, he's definitely still perturbed.
I'm gonna lean over to Tom, kind of nudge him, and be like, in some cultures that means they want to sleep with you.
Oh, go on.
I'm gonna say that
They're so gonna get killed.
I'm gonna say that
We're
that
already gonna get killed.
I'm gonna
You
say
can't
that
get
that
double murdered.
the 5 advantages are
I'm just trying to make him lose his cool now because
Well,
apparently
you-
that's
you-
what Tom wanted.
yeah. What do you got? What do you want to do with the 5 advantages, Tom?
Let's see. When he leans in real close
Yep.
and he's blowing smoke in my face,
Yeah.
I see a weak point on his implant.
Okay, that's fair enough. So basically, those cables in his implant, you're like,
Yeah. Yeah, I see like a
Like-
weak connection.
you could totally pull one of those out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I am going to let's see. So let's see how does this go? How does this go? What happens first? We're gonna say this. You're sitting there. He kind of like shakes his head at you and kind of is turning back, and then a light goes on the display on the control panel that he was at before,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes over more quickly, moves relatively quickly as Hutts go back to the control panel and looks at it, looks over it. Yeah.
Sorry, real quick. What are all the droids doing? Are they still paying attention to just us, or are they
they're-
paying attention to what he's doing?
They are always paying attention to you.
Okay, fair.
And then a holo comes up.
Mm-hmm.
And the holo is a face you have seen before. It is Prince Darrow Kron of the House of Kron.
Fuck.
Our good friend.
Greetings, honored Doluuna the Hutt. I understand through my contacts at the Bounty Guild that you have come into possession of some individuals from the Lost Legacy. I am the keeper of a particular bounty contract on Andro and Lodicom Madar, as well as some stolen items which they have in their possession. If you will hold the ship and its occupants until we can arrive, I am willing to pay handsomely for the individuals and the vessel and its contents.
That wasn't the plan at all.
It turns out you are valuable, Mr. Bounty.
Can I make a counter offer? Let me. Okay, and I want to grab a. I want to drop a glitter bomb.
Do you want to?
Can I make a counter offer? Wub, 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 wub.
Well, no. I want to smash down one of those glitter bomb grenades that block blasters.
Okay, where are you going to go? I just want to make sure that you understand what you're starting here. Where are you going to go once you do that? Because there's a locked door.
I am gonna go and I'm going to try to rip on that gable.
Okay, so all right, so you're going to
Oh, the
initiate
weak
combat.
spot on his eye?
Yeah.
Oh, dear God, he's got a death wish.
Okay, so you're
Look,
going to.
we're not going to get
not
out through
apparent?
those robots. The only way we're going to get out is if he doesn't have control of things. I'm not going to be able to kill him, but if I can disable his implant.
Okay, let me just look up. Where are those
Also, I might spend a few light side points here.
Oh,
Fair.
by all means.
You can only spend one per roll, just to see.
Okay.
And I was gonna say, and what's my role in this?
Help, fight.
Stand in front of the lasers.
Well,
Well, I'm
If you
hoping the
throw-
lasers are not a problem. That's why I'm smashing down the. Like we're in a tight contained space.
yeah, but the only way I fight is with lasers.
Oh well, that's not going to be an opportunity for at the moment here.
Yeah, I know.
All right, let's start initiative rolls.
Okay.
I am going to say that you have surprised him, so you're initiating combat. So you roll cool. He rolls
Okay.
vigilance. They roll vigilance.
Can I choose to roll vigilance?
No, it's
Damn.
a cool situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I decide I'm surprised by my own actions? I can't believe I'm doing this.
Surprise.
Nice. Okay. Wait,
Oh.
he still beat us?
God, yeah.
God
it's
damn it.
still a hut. I mean, come on.
Well,
Okay.
did
yes.
I miss? Oh,
So
Yeah,
he
yours-
rolls, and then the patrol drones roll. So the patrol drones did not beat you. He did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily,
But
he's
but
not
don't they go
packing
in
heat
as a
right now.
group anyway?
no,
The
they do
drones
not.
will go.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The drones go as a group. He goes as an individual.
Yeah.
Because he's a nemesis.
He has like a name
Sorry,
and everything.
the combat system in this one's still weird to me.
Yeah. So
People
they,
with names count. That they're real people.
they're real people. Exactly. It basically
Drones aren't-
it very
Droids
nice.
aren't real people. You've
It's-
seen the movies.
Yeah, it very nicely emulates what happens in the movies. It's just like they're important people and they're not important people. So he will go first, and I believe he will shoot at you with his ocular laser.
Okay. This is after the
Yes, the
the
glitter
grenade
bomb
has
has
gone
gone
off,
off.
right?
Yeah, we'll say that the grenade has gone off. Yes.
Okay.
So you throw the grenade. That's surprise. So you get a surprise action, which is the grenade goes off. So the grenade
Okay.
goes off and fills the area with glitter stuff. So that basically adds black dice to adds black dice to blaster weapons and laser weapons.
Oh shit! It's only one black dice.
No, multiple.
I thought
two
it blocked them. Okay.
it's two black dice. Two black dice.
Okay.
So it adds two black dice to blasters and lasers. So that is good for you.
That is actually pretty significant.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's actually pretty good. So
Extra dice is more significant than upgraded dice in this system, like
exactly.
probability wise.
So that counts as a heavy blaster pistol. So that is what he is going to do.
Hopefully he doesn't keep rolling like a fucking god here.
Let me get the crit table. Wait.
Okie dokie. And let me just check on that. How does that work? I've forgotten what those are. Stun setting. Hold on a second. I just want to look up something real quick.
Okay.
Alrighty. So it looks like he's using stun mode
Oh, because
Okay.
we're worth money.
because you're
Yeah.
worth money. So that range, you're close. And aiming.
God
Oh.
damn.
Okie doke. All right. So he succeeds. He is shooting at you, Tom. And let's see. So it's two.
Sorry, Tom.
Yeah.
So what's your soak, Tom?
2.
Soak is 2. So that is 7. Pardon me. It's 7 strain plus a crit on you. Let's see. Is that my crit table? There it is. Let's roll. Oh boy.
Question:
Yeah.
does them picking a fight with the Hutt set off any alarms?
It definitely
Also known as can Lena tell something went wrong?
a warning klaxon will be going off, and you can also tell that the turrets are coming alive on the outside of the station.
Gotcha.
So they are definitely interested in something happening.
Let me know at what point in all of this she
Okay.
actually knows that.
Yeah, you're not in initiative, so it's going to take a couple. It's effectively
no, I figured.
slow motion for them. So, so that is that. Let me roll. I rolled on the crit table. Where is it? I closed the crit table like a moron. I did. All right. Open it back up. Oh, there it is. Okie dokie. That is. Let's see. All right. God damn. So, what does that mean if you're... Doesn't make any sense on stunned. Hold on a second. I want to look up one more thing, folks. And those of you who know the system will be like, why is this taking so long? It's because I don't know what critical injuries work differently on stun damage.
Oh, God, he did go straight for the crit table.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, no, that's right.
Okay. Stun does not. Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't have a. All right, so I'm gonna say that crit is an instant knockout. That's what that is.
Okay.
So Tom, you are stunned. You're out. You're
Okay.
unconscious. And then Zag, what do? You can now go.
How thick is the smoke at the moment?
It is pretty thick in front of you, so that again, they have 2 black dice. I mean, it's they if you're saying
then,
like, can they see what you're doing? They can see they could see where you're moving if you move out of the smoke, but you're obscured.
That's kind of what I was hoping for, because I was hoping to kind of sneak out of there and head towards the cockpit of the ship.
That would require
Our
running
ship, right? Not his ship.
No, his ship.
his ship, because they're on
Okay,
a ship within a ship.
Yeah.
Okay, God.
So you have to run past him and the drones to do that, which means you would lose the cover of the smoke.
Okay. Since that's not going to work, now I guess it's just try and collect Tom's body and whoop, 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 whoop.
You're gonna try to pick up Tom's body?
Like,
Don't-
he's still in the smoke, right?
He's still in smoke. He fell onto the deck plate, like right next to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't save yourself.
Save myself.
Yeah.
I also don't think I have the strength to lift you.
Yeah. Probably. Not run very fast if you do.
Falcon's a human size, right? Or are you smaller than him?
You're
I'm
small-
a little
he's
smaller than
smaller.
him, but not by much.
He's like
also,
he's like a tall fantasy dwarf, basically.
and my brawn is 1.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
no, you
yeah, you're
cannot,
not,
you cannot lift him.
You're not. I mean, firemen carry.
Yeah.
But he's got to run fast.
Is there?
Do you want to open it up to the whole group to ask like for advice?
Yeah. I mean,
I really think that implant is the best way to go. You could use the hut for cover from the droids.
the unfortunate thing is you didn't tell him about the wires.
No,
so he doesn't know
no,
what
that's
he's
true.
looking
But
for.
you did see that it was how he was controlling them.
Yeah, that is kind of true. I could aim for the eye.
The other option is just you are pretty agile. You would lose the cover of the smoke, but if you could try to disappear in a corner and disappear somewhere else in the ship, like you said.
Yeah, I guess I'll try that. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave you.
All right. Well, you got to
But I
make
know
a decision. So, do you want to try to stealth your way? Like the smoke could remember that little corridor, that little service corridor I told you about,
Yeah.
that off to the side. The smoke would cover you enough if you basically made a stealthy dash for that. You might be able to get to it without them seeing you.
Okay. I would like to do that. I would like to try and get out of this area.
Okay. So, you will have to roll a stealth. It is
Oh,
3.
can you take it off initiative?
Oh yeah,
Let's
sorry.
see.
Think. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Keep doing that.
Out of character, how much is Tom worth on his own?
Just saying. Just for sake of argument. So I'm going to say you're going to roll a stealth. It's going to be 3 purple, but I'm going to give you 2 boost dice because of the smoke.
Oh, okay. I have a total of 4 blue dice, just so you're aware.
Okay, that's great. Put them in. You are a stealthy motherfucker.
God.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Holy
I've got
crap,
so
dude.
much advantage, though.
Wow. That is pretty incredible.
How much are Tom and Zag worth on that?
Okay. So you fail. You get 6 advantages. What the frick do we do with 6
Yeah.
advantages? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say you do not manage to stealth by them, but you do come up right behind the protocol droid, who's basically like, what do I do in this situation? What would be polite?
Yeah.
And so you're basically right behind the protocol droid, and so it's between you and the drones and Doluuna. And now the drones get to go, and they will go now. Patrol drones, and they are firing. Also using stun. Go. And that is the range. And they got black dice. And anything else that would affect them? No, it's just the two black for the smoke. And oh wait, another black die because you've got a droid in front of you.
You know, his dice pool, the Hutt's dice pool are not really that much bigger than ours, but he has been rolling amazing.
He has been rolling amazing.
Has.
All right, here we go.
He's been rolling really well.
Does the
There we go.
protocol droid just drop?
So the patrol drones do nothing. They don't. And then the 3 advantages are to say that the protocol droid gets hit by the stun bolts and goes and like falls over. So that causes a little bit more confusion. Unfortunately, that brings us back to the top of the order and Doluuna once more. So we will go to him. He will use his weaponry. And I'm gonna flip a die.
Oh, well.
He's gonna aim.
Wait, you used a light side?
I flipped a. Pardon me. Yeah. Sorry. Wrong way. Beep, there we go. Thank you.
yeah, mister.
I guess I take it back. I forgot which side. Well, I'm used to being on the player side where I'm just like I get to use one. All right. So here we go.
He's having a moment where he's like, I need to save your ass.
Yeah. Okay, and that is 1 success, which is what he needs. What is your soak there?
I believe it's 2. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
2. Okay, so 2. So that's 8. So that's past that means that 6. You get 6 strain because he's on stun mode. So you take 6 strain.
Okay.
Okay, so you take 6 strain. Another stun pulse goes out from his eye, and he kind of roars. What are you gonna do?
Take an aim and shoot his eye. I'm tired of this shit.
Okay, take an aim, shoot the guy's eye.
I mean, that's smart. At this point, he's like, oh, the eye is shooting me.
Yes, that's not a bad idea. Okay, so
what's the difficulty?
So let's see. So unfortunately, the same smoke that applies to him applies to you. So you it's a difficulty of 1 purple because you're close, but it is 2 black added to that. But you get a blue for aiming.
A blue for what?
Aiming.
Aiming. Okay.
So 2 black, 1 blue. All
Nice.
right, you do manage to shoot him. Excellent. Okie dokie. So let's see. So that is 3 successes. Your pistol does, I believe, 5.
It does 5. Yeah.
It does 5. So 5. So bump. Okie doke. And 1 threat. I'm gonna say that threat basically is in the form of you shooting allows them to pinpoint you better. So
Yeah,
that will
okay.
remove one black dice from the smoke effect. So they know how to concentrate their fire to get through you. All right, so now it's the drones. The drones come around, fly in close to you, and pew 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 pew. Do their thing. One black die. There. Get that. Okay.
Oh,
Okie doke. Okay, so
Wow.
so that's a total of you take 10 strain when past your soak.
Yep.
do you guys have different character concepts?
The non-combat characters just went into combat, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the only person in range to do anything to even help them is the other non-combat character.
Right.
I would like to say one of us was pretty insistent that we should take a fighter with us.
Yes, but it turns out it was necessary to have two people on that ship. So it all goes around, comes around. So anyway, that is where we will leave it. Zag and Tom are captured in the clutches of Doluuna the Hutt.
Yep.
Lena, you are on board the ship, trying to figure out what to do. And we will say that those on board the Grasshopper now have the Navicomputer in hand with the box, which has a small crystal in it, which, by the way, Bobkin, you identify as a Kyber crystal. So it is indeed an unused lightsaber crystal.
Nice.
Pure and uncut.
Can we throw that into basically leaving it on a distress call back to the Grasshopper that from Lena that shit's going down?
I think it is absolutely fair for you to send an emergency burst transmission to the Grasshopper saying like...
So at least everyone is aware of exactly where we stand.
Right.
Or in some cases lay on the deck plating.
Bad news, guys. Bad news.
And to add to the complexity, I will note that the Grasshopper has no active hyperdrive.
Yep.
Yes.
How far away from us are they?
How far from you? They're like some like maybe 20,000 kilometers, something like that.
Won't March be fun?
It's going to be an interesting session.
Excellent. Excellent.
I'll start
So-
working on my next character concept.
Okay.
You're not dead.
We'll get
You're not
Just
dead.
throwing the idea out there.
We'll get you.
We've got 2 people unconscious on the ground.
Mhm.
Sorbo drug 2 of the droids back with us. So if you have, even like as a temporary character, if you want to,
How do you feel like playing a
a
battle?
restraining bolted battle droid is always on the table as an option.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. His dice pool really isn't that much better than yours, but he rolled really well.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody on your side rolled well.
They all rolled
Yeah.
well. I mean, he's
Those patrol drones, that was brutal.
also he's on his home turf. This is what he's what he's good at. This is what he's prepared to
Sure,
do.
but he one-shot critted me.
he did. That's true.
Yes. Yeah. Home turf is nice. Also, ridiculous luck is nice.
Yeah.
Well, also, Dylan, let me add insult to injury. Well, not insult. Actually, it's beneficial because I mean, if he had been rolling, I rolled a 98 on the crit table. Now, let me tell you, a 98 on the crit table, if he was shooting to kill, would be much worse than what
Yeah.
happened to you.
You are dead.
I'm sure.
Would be, yeah, what's your next character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something to consider. But you're not dead. You're just captured.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know PCs always hate to be captured, but
Yeah,
it is kind of part of Star Wars.
it is.
It is kind of part of Star Wars.
So this
And
was a
hey,
very Star Wars session.
In your wisdom, you have let the 2 non-combat characters get captured, and you've
Yes.
let the combat characters stay outside to rescue them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Like
was
I
all
said.
part of the plan.
March is gonna be fun.
March is going to be fun.
Um,
So 15 points for this session. For those of you who wish to spend, may spend any way
Absolutely.
you care to. And then yes, we will be back most likely hopefully in early March, and for the next session, depending on how our calendar works out. But
Excellent.
thanks everybody for joining. I'm going to stop the stream here. Those of us who are in the group will chat about what comes next, and we'll be back with another session in some weeks to come. All right. Thanks for joining, everybody.